What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. First day of spring, even though it still feels like winter. Other than that, can't complain, man. Exciting weekend. Then it got sad. Shout out to Pitt, though. Shout out to Pitt.
Just didn't play good.
Yeah.
Just didn't play good.
Sorry, my squad lost too.
Had their chances. Xavier was lighting it up at certain points in that first half.
Yeah.
And then we just really, it was, between like 12 to 16 point game the whole second half.
Yeah.
Pitt went on a little run, got it within single digits.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hinson, who, you know what?
I compare him,
bro. He's very streaky though. Very streaky. He's like a poor man's college Carmelo Anthony.
Fair enough. You know what? A poor man's college Carmelo Anthony. I love that.
Like, because even in college,
yes,
Melo was amazing.
Yes.
But yeah, he's like the pro version of Melo, where he's eating a little too many donuts and cheeseburgers. And he's just simply not as good as Melo, but has a Melo mentality out there.
Bro, his confidence between Henson and goodness, and Burton.
Burton does it. He's been shooting terrible shots all the time.
Their confidence, man, it's through the roof. I was like, yo, these dudes got the infinite green light. They would just pull it, do whatever. But I mean, at the same time, they were very good, though. I mean, that was part of the reason why even we're having a little bit of the run that you were guys going on, man. But no, man, I was a little sad though, man. I thought y'all was gonna give me something at the end. I was like, yo, they flirting with it. They flirting with a run.
Defense was terrible. I mean, Xavier was hitting, but that's what happens.
Yeah.
We don't have this extremely, extremely good offense. It's better than what it was in those first NCAA tournament games on average. But as you see, if someone could start running up almost 90 points on us, it's tough.
Yeah, because think about like Burton is the guy that creates his own shot off the dribble. But we talk about Burton, and it's like, yo, he nice, but he got to dial it back some. Whereas you think of some of these other dudes, and it's like, yo, this dude could go for 40 tonight. Like, he has that type of game where it's not going to kill your offense either. I just think, like, that was, like, probably the thing that was just slightly missing a little bit, man. But, nah, man, shout out to Pitt, though, bro. Shout out to Pitt, man.
They should be all right next year. We'll see. They're gonna have Dior Johnson,
which is a major upgrade.
They're gonna have the Spaniards back.
Mm-hmm.
I think Federico's back. I think our guy Melo's gonna be back.
That's his nickname going forward.
Yeah,
it's called Melo, bro.
Yep. And we're definitely gonna be playing the transfer portal.
Yeah,
Capo has been talking about that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's what we did to kind of get in this position already.
You got to play the transfer portal.
I think we have some additional good recruit. Like, we got a good base going forward.
I like that, man. I like that. Yeah, my women's team, JMU women's, they lost. We had a chance, bro. We was up 15 at one point, man. Because, upsets don't really happen like that on the women's side like it does on the guy's side. But we had our chance, man. Went cold at the wrong time. Kind of like what you talked about with Pitt. You was like, y'all go cold 5-minute stretch. We went from being up 15 to down like 7, all within like a span of 5 minutes in the third. And then before you know, you're just like, yep, it's over. It's done. But it was still good to see them out there compete. Shout out to my lady Dukes. Shout out to them Pitt Panthers. And shout out to West Virginia too, man. Don't think we forgot about y'all Mountaineer fans, man. Don't think we forgot. I can't wait till TG comes on. I need to hear this Final Four, this Elite Eight. Where was all that?
I'm kind of depressed, to be honest with you.
Where was all that?
The wind's
man?
out of my sails for
no,
right
man.
now.
You still you went further. You went further.
Yeah, we did.
Went further.
But still, we lost.
It
would be nice if we were still in the tourney on Wednesday for sure. I would have been feeling great.
It would have been elite, man.
I would have had all the material.
It would have been elite, bro.
But right now, I mean, we're out of it. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, but I was still proud of y'all, though, man, because y'all did go further.
Good season.
Absolutely.
Good season, ultimately.
Absolutely. But, yeah, man, plenty to discuss in terms of Steelers football, man, additions as well as some subtractions and some potential additions that we got to rap about, man. So, with that being said.
Hold on.
Oh, what you got for me, man?
I have my random fact, although I don't have anything really random fact. I just want to give a shout out to my buddy.
You can see how bad of a habit it is too. I'm so used to just jumping right in. I'm like, no, yeah, random fact. Yeah, get us one.
Well, we don't even have to do it every time. It's just I always wanted to have that in my back pocket in case I don't have anything to talk about.
Well,
we just chopped it up about Pitt a little bit, so like I thought we were good on that intro. But I do got to give a shout out to my buddy. So yesterday, I went golfing.
I saw you. Didn't you? Yeah.
It was
I
like
did
20
something.
degrees.
Yes.
Yeah, it was 20 degrees. So I played good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my two friends, we played good, especially considering the conditions.
I definitely asked you about this. I'm glad. Yeah.
Okay, you can ask me whatever.
Mhm.
Let me just give a shout out to my buddy
Yes.
because he did something I don't know if
Yes.
I will ever witness again
Yes.
or if he will do again or
Talk
anything. I don't know if I'll
about
do
it.
it. It's just
Talk
a
about
crazy
it.
occurrence. But he got a hole in one.
Yo, let's go.
Number 8 at Scenic Valley.
Let's go, man.
Hit a pitching wedge.
Let's go.
Hit a nice little slope. Rolled across the cup, and then it like stopped.
Yeah.
The way it was rolling and the speed it was at, it either would have had to have gone in or went past the hole. The problem was when it just stopped, you could still see the ball. So we're like, what's going on? Is it like tucked up against the pin? It was a little windy. My buddy brought up a good point. He was like, I think the pin was going against it as the ball was going. So once the wind died down, the pin went more straight up, and then it was able to fall down. Because we were just sitting there like, oh, what the hell? Like, we sat there for probably like 30 seconds just looking at it. We're like, oh, damn. Like, is this really a hole in one or not? And then we like look away, and I think we start getting our clubs and stuff. We look back, we're like, oh shit, it's gone. It went in. We went crazy.
Let's go.
So I got video of like after. We didn't record the actual shot, but we started videotaping as we start walking down and like seeing his reaction, like, oh shit. It was pretty cool. Really cool.
That is fire.
Good for him. And you know what's cool too? It was his birthday weekend.
Yo,
it's actually his birthday today. So I don't know how you could beat that 30th birthday weekend. He had a surprise party. His girlfriend set up this crazy thing over Mount Washington on Friday night.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, I think he went bowling. There's a bowling league or whatnot. I was sleeping all day Saturday, so I don't really know exactly what he was up to. But then, Sunday we went golfing. He gets a hole in one. Today's his actual birthday.
That's
took off.
electric.
He said he took off work today.
Oh yeah, I think you should, man. That is epic right there, bro. That is let's go. So he hits the hole in one on a par 3.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Pitching wedge.
Let's go. Now, which hole? Like, I talked about the hole, man.
You've played Scenic Valley before, right?
I feel like is that the one with the water?
1871 or 1781. I don't know what they call
right?
it
They
now.
changed the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is that the one where the water's surrounding it, or which one is that at?
That is
I'm trying to think.
on a par 3.
Yeah,
I think you're thinking back 9. The par 3 is 11. 8 is okay. 8 is down. There's not much to it. It's just you're sitting up here, green's down here, everything slopes down, and it goes a little bit left to right. There's tree line to the left, a little bit of a tree line to the right, and then to the right of the green there is a little ravine, and I think there is a little bit of a water.
Okay.
And then behind the green, probably about 20 yards, there's woods. There's like brush and little bushes and stuff.
Yeah, because the time I went there, I think I was with you actually.
Yeah, we definitely played that front
we
nine.
did there. Yeah. Dang God.
Yeah, so shout out to him.
So
I think he's on cloud 9 today.
That's major. That is major right there, man. I like it there. Yeah, I like that story.
I played good too.
That's pretty dope.
Actually, I have some content from that day. I recorded. I just needed to give a golf PSA message. I really did, because this generation and just what golf has become has become so much about all the things surrounding golf outside of just the game itself. People caring about analytics. I mean, you see it with sports across the board, really, but also in golf. People care about like swing speed, ball speed. Do they have custom clubs? Are their lie angles right? Let's hit the simulators because it's cold outside instead of actually going and playing golf.
Yeah, you gotta get outside, man. Come on, baby.
So I had a little PSA, and then I played a hole, and some good things happened. We were playing out in like it was 20 degrees.
No, it was 28 this weekend. I seen it because I contemplated going out to golf, and I was like, yeah, Moats, it's a little too chilly for your kind, for your liking right now. But in spirit and in truth, I'm gonna be out there when it gets just a little bit warm. I need about 15 more degrees on that tent for me, man. Yeah, and that's with the gloves. But yeah.
Well, we were initially doing the Sims because it was his birthday, and he's like, for my birthday, I'd love to get, because I've been so anti-simulators ever since they become popular. Because I'm like, just go out and play the actual game of golf instead of hitting it up against the simulators. You ain't going to get the same feel. So I went. I was like, it's his birthday. Me and my other buddy went, head on the simulator. They were pretty cool, actually. They were all right. I don't want to give them too much credit. But then we were like, you know what? why don't we go out and actually play? Like, we were done with the simulator. I had a couple drinks in the system, so feeling
Okay,
confident.
okay.
And went out and actually played. And then that was my whole spiel. I'm like, real golf's better than the Sims. Like, forget the Sim. You don't actually, to my point, with my buddy get a hole in one, you can't get a hole in one on the Sims.
This is also
even if it's
true.
a hole in one, it doesn't
it's not
count.
going to get you a hole in one. It's not going to be the same.
It doesn't count.
Yeah,
No.
it's not. It's a simulator. It's
Real
not a hole
golf
in
over
one.
simulators all day.
I agree with. I mean, that's something I can stand by. I've never done a simulator either. How about that?
But
How
even
about
just the
that?
concept
Yeah.
of going up, stepping, hitting the ball, trying to get it in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
People care about all this other crap now.
Yeah.
Oh, is my swing perfect? Do I got all the alignments right?
Yeah.
All this bullshit.
Just got out there and swing the club, man.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. Grip it and rip
Exactly.
it, baby. You know how I live.
It's sad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to give some content.
Man, I like
That'll
this,
release
man.
at some point.
Deke, you done got me on the golf. About to be that golf time, man. I just need to get a little bit warmer. You a soldier going out there when it was cold like that, though, bro. Because it definitely was cold.
It
this
wasn't
weekend,
bad.
bro.
You know what
It
helped,
was
actually?
Cold, man.
You know what helped? Actually walking the course. We walked.
Oh, okay.
So
You
after
stay warm
2 or
that
3
way.
holes,
yeah,
like
you'll stay warm.
my buddy's girlfriend brought a bunch of his extra jackets because they kind of live close to the course.
Yeah.
And I threw it on in between shots. But I found out after 2 or 3 holes of walking, I was carrying it. I didn't even need it on anymore.
And you had your little rolling thing, huh?
No, I don't do that. That's another thing. Just carry a golf
You
bag.
had your little,
Yeah.
you had your little rolling cart like it was like oxygen with
No,
you.
no, you carry your clubs. Carry your clubs.
Oh, God.
That's another thing. Maybe
I
I
ain't
need to
gonna
make
lie.
another golf
The first
PSA
time I
about
saw that, I was like, hey, bro, y'all got to chill with this, man. Unless you like 70 plus or have an ailment, man, like, pick up your bag, bro.
Exactly.
Pick up your bag. Don't do that. I just started like my grandma, man, when I see her come from the store, like, her little rolly. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
you don't
man,
do
stop, man. What we doing, bro?
You don't do that. I stopped. I may have done that a few times early in high school, but yeah, we stopped. I think once we hit sophomores, we were like, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Just put the little bag on it. All right, just walking on out, man. I like it though, bro. Man, shout out to you. I like that. That was a vibe.
Yeah, the vibes are
That was
good
a
right
vibe
now.
right there, bro. That
Real
was a
good.
vibe. I like, man, see, golf will do that to you, baby. Golf will do that to you. All right. Well, I guess with that being said, it's about that time. So, y'all let us know where you're tuning in from in the comment section. So that way we give those big boy shout outs to start the show the way that we always do it, baby. And hit that like button on the front end and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Also, man, 39,000 y'all subscribed thus far, man.
Willie
Big time
Parker.
salute. Big
Or Minka.
which one you want to roll with? Mink or Willie?
Well,
Fast Willie?
you heard the first name. I thought
Fast Willie.
when I think of
I
39,
see
I
you.
think of Willie. I'm sorry.
I heard it come out. One did give us a Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
We waiting on when Minka give us that, then he transition.
I just don't think of Minka as the number 39. I just
Is
think
it
of Minka
weird?
as Minka.
I feel the same. I do not think of his 39. Every time it's like, what is Minka's number? I'm like, yo, what is his number? It is 39. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah, you say 39. I think
you're
Willie
definitely
Parker.
right.
I'm sorry.
You're definitely right. It's the Willie Parker.
Sue me.
So shout out to all 39,000 Willie Parkers of y'all, man. Now we definitely appreciate y'all from the heart, man. Like I said, we can't do it without y'all, man. So yeah, y'all keep it rolling, man. We're gonna keep it rolling, man. We definitely appreciate y'all from the heart.
Jamie Carlo, the 321, Melbourne, Florida. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Cosmo FL also tuning in from the 321, Melbourne, Florida.
Shout out to Cosmo. Let's get it.
Yanni Diaz, 804 Richmond. Keesley Hedger, 937 Tip City, Ohio.
Okay.
King Toady, the 901, Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis.
We also have Charlie Solomon, the 856, straight out of New Jersey.
Okay.
Howard Grigo, Albuquerque, New Mexico, checking in.
Let's go. Shout out to Albuquerque too.
Juice
Home of the
TV.
fighting Zach Gentrys.
Is blowing up the chat here saying, Deke, remember me from the bowling alley? How you been? I'm from Pittsburgh all day. I actually do, because he started following me on Twitch.
There it is.
I do remember, bro.
Salute.
Richard Arbiza.
Hey, was you nice with your bowling?
I don't bowl.
Oh.
No, I just go up to hang out.
All right.
Drink some
It's
beer.
definitely a vibe. Yeah. Whether you're bowling or chilling, it's definitely a vibe.
Chef Buck, 412, Moon Township.
Let's go. Shout out to Chef Buck.
Juice TV. He's tuning in from Pittsburgh all
Hey,
day.
like that, man. You definitely like that. Let me tap in real quick, man. I got Jonathan Holman tuning in from the 322. South Central LA. Yeah, I already know. Got Luke tuning in from the 919 Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Then after that, we got to talk about the homie Mason Waddle tuning in from Easton, PA. Richard Crush tuning in from the 410 Baltimore. B Moore, Maryland in the house. Flip 33 tuning in from the 724 Latrobe, PA, home of the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp. Let's get it. Let's get it. Then after that, let's see, man, we got Brian Frank tuning in from the 928 Prescott, Arizona. Sell me 30s. Hope you're not talking. I don't even want to go there. But either way, Sell me 30s is tuning in from the 614 Columbus, Ohio. Then after that, let me talk about G Squad, because you know G Squad's in Panama. Shout out to Panama Steelers International. We got love for you, G Squad, over there in Panama. Believe that. Then Dominic Schrader, Kent State. You know we got love for Kent State, man. My first collegiate offer. Love them boys over there. Then after that, let's see. Caleb Demery, the 330 is live in the chat. Shout out to the 330. Steven Smith, the 402, Omaha, Nebraska. And then I will end it with Noam, because you know Noam's tuning in from the 613, Ottawa, Canada. Hashtag Moats the 40K. No, you're right, man. At 40K, man, we got to do something special, like real big giveaway, man. Real. Something nice for the culture, of course. Yeah, man. It's crazy. Willie Parker here, though. It's Willie Parker now, right now. I like it. Shout out to the Willie Parkers, man. Shout out to the Willie Parkers.
Yeah. Well, I got some of these super chats screenshotted. If you're ready to roll with those.
Man, if you ready, I'm ready, baby. Let's do it.
Well, I don't know if I have the first one. What's the first one say?
Let me pull it up and find out.
It might have jumped them in whenever
President
I was giving
Nitty.
the hole-in-one story.
So President Nitty says, been in the lower room for a while, but it was time to grow up. What's good, fellas? What do y'all seriously think happens to Mason? Hashtag sabotage2. Hashtag best pod. Well, first off, President Nitty, you know we appreciate you. And by the looks of your new icon, makes me feel like you're a part of the upper room. So, without further ado, President Nitty, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He did say he had to grow up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I like that, man. Or yeah. That's what he said. He had to grow up. He had to grow up. Shout out. All right. But in terms of what happens to Mason, I'm assuming, yeah, you talking Mason Rudolph.
Ooh. He could be talking Mason Cole.
Well, because he put 2 up there. That was the only
Okay.
reason. Yeah, that's the only reason.
Sabotage
Because at first I thought
too.
he was talking Mason Cole. I was like, is he talking him? But no, he's asking for Rudolph. I'm not sure right now. I haven't heard anything in terms of interest for him just yet. I haven't really been looking either, though. So, I mean, there could always be a scenario where he comes back, but it does depend on how everything is playing out with Mitch and what the organization's direction is. We did hear that Mason was open to returning, though. We did get that information out. But at the same time, he was also going to test the open market, and that's currently what he is doing. So it could be a return down the line. It could be a return in a week. But at the same time, I don't think it would surprise any of us if he were to sign anywhere else and the team went ahead and just drafted whoever was going to be backing up Mitch and Mitch and Kenny right now.
That would be my bet. Mm-hmm. But anyone's guess is as good as mine, what happens with him.
Yeah.
Because when you're seeing some dude sign, like a Sam Darnold going to the 49ers,
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing he's just going to be a backup somewhere. I don't think he's going to get that good of a contract. His best hope is he just gets that solid number 2 spot on whatever team. Because when you're getting guys like that, Darnold, like Dalton going to the Panthers, I don't think there's anything there for him to actually compete.
Yeah.
But in his eye, that could be a better situation than coming back to here in Pittsburgh and being what would it be? I mean, if we keep Mitch, he'd be the third stringer then.
Yeah.
If we don't keep Mitch, maybe it's a little bit more intriguing for him. At least just to be a backup, more familiar.
Well, because you're 1 play away. If you're number 2 on the roster, you're 1 play away. And that's, I'm sure as a quarterback, if you're not the guy, that's probably the next best scenario of just being, if this guy goes down for anything, rolled ankle, sick, concussion, retires, whatever, I'm going to at least be that next man up in the short term. We don't know what might happen after that, but at least right then you're going to get that opportunity. So that's something that he could at least be considering. Whereas, like you said, coming back here while we still have Mitch, yeah, you number 3 best case scenario.
Alex J. Why sign OBJ when you could just draft Addison?
Are we interested in OBJ over here?
Orlovsky is starting to talk me into it.
I mean,
He brought it up on Get Up today. He said best free agent fit for Odell, and he brought up the Steelers.
Okay.
And he brought up some good points.
Let me hear it. What did he say? I've been out. I've missed it.
He said, if you're the Steelers and you bring in OBJ, combine him with a Pickens and a Deontay,
Mm-hmm.
this offensive line you built up too.
Mm-hmm.
Pickett on this rookie contract, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, Pat Freiermuth. That's dynamic right there.
Yeah.
And he said to keep up with some of these top teams in the AFC, you're either going to have to build on defense to try to stop them or build up the offense. And in this case, the Steelers are doing both.
Correct.
So it makes sense. And if Odell has been interested in the Steelers in the past, remember that whole rumor he said to
That was
Tomlin, come
2
get
years
me?
ago? Yeah.
Yeah, 2-3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, because I was thinking about this today, I feel like his scenarios with the Browns and the Giants were not optimal.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of a sudden we started hearing that Odell's a cancer and stuff with the Giants, right in line with when Eli Manning's play starts to decline.
Yeah.
Giants become bad. Browns, we already know they're always a dumpster fire. Rams, didn't hear peep.
Right.
He was wide receiver 2, good coach out there. Now, there are some differences between us and the Rams, but the crux of just having a good organization here and Mike Tomlin, good structure, and we got some veteran guys on the roster now that you could compare to the Rams.
Yeah.
It's just we don't have the veteran quarterback like
Right.
Stafford. That could enable us not to draft a receiver.
Okay.
You got a guy who is a stud when healthy. Like, let's just be real. Even though he's not prime Odell anymore, we saw what he did with the Rams.
Yeah, facts. And in the
Super Bowl. I was going to
we
say
saw that,
Super Bowl
yeah.
pedigree. Bringing some of that experience.
Let's not act like he wasn't balling in the Super Bowl up until he got hurt. That was the other thing. It was like
Yeah.
he was definitely doing his thing.
He's very helpful. So I think we talked about this a week or two ago, and I gave a definitive no because of what Odell will bring. Now I think Orlovsky talked me into like 50-50.
Okay.
I wouldn't be opposed if the number's right. I thought the number would be higher.
Mm-hmm.
There were some reports he's looking for 15-20. Now he came out and said, no, I just don't want to accept $4 million,
Right.
which is understandable. I think Odell's worth more than that. So maybe you have a happy medium. You get around like 8 to 10. That's feasible for us. You tell me Odell Beckham's your wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3. It's just the risk is what comes with it. I don't know. Yeah. What side do you lie on? Because throughout a lot of Odell's career, there has been just drama headlines. That's just what comes with Odell.
Yeah.
Right or wrong.
Right or wrong. Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like if you get in a system, or he gets into a system that he respects the coach, respects the whole organization and just what we're doing, and at this stage in his career, like maybe he could be more of a leader. I'm a little intrigued. Intrigued.
It's funny. I'm watching you try to talk yourself into
I'm
it.
a little intrigued.
You try to talk yourself into it hard. I love it too, because I could like on your face, I could
I'm a
just
little
see you
intrigued.
like battling it in your mind, like, yeah.
If we bring in Odell, that means we don't have to draft a receiver.
Yeah.
And that means we could just focus on left tackle, cornerback, first 2 picks.
Correct. Yeah.
That'd be sick.
So I mean, the thing is this. Shout out to my dog Dan too, man. Love Dan, man. His work, what that dude been doing, man. That my dude. Shout out to Dan. But
This was one take. I
This is the
didn't
thing,
mind
man.
from Orlovsky.
When we talk, Dan speaks exclusively from an X's and O's perspective. And from an X's and O's perspective, there has never been a reason to shy away from Odell. Odell makes every team better from an X's and O's standpoint. It's like Antonio Brown. Makes every team better in terms of X's and O's standpoint because of how talented they are, how dynamic they are, the big play capability. Heck, even with Odell coming off multiple ACLs, he still is a nice as heck receiver when he's healthy. That's the other thing. You're not asking him to come in here and be your number 1. You're just asking him to be a number 2. That's what you're asking him to be. Now, the issue is the price tag, so to speak, just because some people are going to bulk at anywhere 7 to 10 mil for a number 2 guy when you got a Deontay that's getting 18. But to me, you're not tripping on the productivity when you know it's Odell Beckham, because even what you might lose in the sense of, yeah, he's not going to give you 100 plus catches and 1,500 receiving yards. He's also still going to attract attention as your number 2, which is also going to do what for Pickens, which is also going to do what for Deontay. It's certain things like that where I feel, it's plenty of positive that come from him being here. The veteran in the locker room, yeah, it's huge. Having a talent like Odell, you don't think that a guy like George Pickens and Deontay could use a person that they could look to that has already crossed where they're going to? Them dudes ain't been all pros yet. Odell done that. Odell been a megastar. He still is. So it's like he'll be able to communicate with both Pickens and Deontay in that vein, right? This is all from a positive perspective, all glass half full optimism. That's how I'm laying it out first off. And it's like, yeah, man, he would be extremely impactful for those guys. It would be a very comforting thing for Kenny to have a guy as your number 2
I'd like to
that
think
can
so.
cook. I'm giving you all optimism first, and then I'm gonna give you the reasons why we probably should not do it. I'm giving you both.
That's the question. Where's
I'm
he
giving
at
you
in his
both.
career right
Well,
now?
hold
Like
on,
at
hold on.
30?
I got you. Let me keep going. So Odell at this stage, he understands a couple of things. He's seen what happened to Antonio Brown. He's seen Chad Ochocinco, Terrell Owens. He's very familiar with those guys, so he understands where he is flirting with going. Because we could all agree, Odell is one more stop of having a cancer label or something negative happening there where they're going to be like, it's not worth it. So he understands that dynamic as well. But to me, if he is at this stage where you've seen the reports where that he wanted 20, he came out and wasn't rude, but he was just clear. I just simply said that 4 isn't enough. Ain't nothing wrong with that. This is Odell Beckham. This is a guy that's accustomed to making double digits, if we being real about it. So
I think that's very fair.
It's like 20. Yes, 20 is a lot for him, but 4 for Odell, I could understand him being a little offended by that or not wanting to sign up to put his body out there for that, because he knows what he's capable of, but he also knows what he's already accomplished in this league. So I don't see a problem with that. Like I said, those are the positives, though. A lot of positives. Now the negatives, well, we know the negatives. It could go A-B on us. It could go code red, blow up. Like, yeah, he's beating up the kicking net and looking at Kenny talking crazy to him, Because when you do have a young quarterback, and this is the difference too. You talk about New York. Obviously, we know the whole Eli situation and everything like that. But when they moved on from him and they put him in Cleveland, what was the one thing about Baker? Baker was never as established as Eli Manning was, right? So when I think of just that dynamic, just the respect factor, if I'm Odell, I have a hard time listening and respecting Baker to that extent if I'm not getting my numbers and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing as the quarterback. Slightly different, you go out to LA with Matthew Stafford, veteran, established, already proven what he could do, so they meshed well. It wasn't like Odell was there all offseason either. He came on while they were already hot. So I just think the respect was a little bit easier for Odell to fall in line. Not complain if he wasn't getting a ton of targets. Not complain if he wasn't being featured, because he was hopping on a moving train with the guy that was already doing it at a high level. My concern is with Kenny. Kenny is still new in this league. To fans, yeah, he's accomplished a lot. To fans, to NFL players, he's accomplished nothing. It's like, man, you got to do something more than what we just seen. Like, that's cool for the crowd. That's cool. Well, we won't draft a guy on you, but you haven't proven anything to the extent that you're above reproach and we truly believe that you're the guy without it just being lip service. That's the issue that I could potentially see with Odell if it's not going his way in terms of role, in terms of numbers. And he's looking at Kenny and it's like, yo, you need to be feeding into me. And now you got Kenny playing that game of remember we talked with Baker Mayfield, right? Odell in the game with Baker, Baker struggled. Odell not on the field, Baker played great. And it was just like he didn't have to worry about that dynamic of, man, I got to get this guy the ball to keep him happy. And that's some of the concerns when I think of Kenny at this stage with Odell, in contrast to when he was with Stafford. And then when you think back to him with Baker. So like I said, that's like the part that makes me nervous. And the part that he could come in here and, hey, George Pickens, man, I like your energy. But nah, bro, you need to demand. You need to be like this, bro. This is how you supposed to do it. Hey, Deontay, man, you be doing it soft, man, in terms of just, the subliminals on social media. Now, this how you send a message, bro. Call your pops up and tell them say this. Like, you feel me? Like, that's the other that you got to worry about with Odell. Yeah, he's just a star. He's a celebrity.
Right.
So,
where's he at?
He's a celebrity, man.
Is he past some of that stuff? Or does he take the approach with him being 30? Someone brought up in the chat. Yeah. He's got a kid. Like, hey, man, been there, done that. I'm just here, Yeah. I really appreciate the Steelers organization, Mike Tomlin. Like, let's do this.
Which one of those. Which one do you think he's at right now?
I don't know. I don't know.
You flirted with 30. It ain't like it's crazy. I've been at 30. 30 ain't like, oh man, I drastically just changed up my mind.
Here's what I'll say.
He's still.
I don't know. But if you don't want to take the risk, I understand that completely. I think there's a risk.
That's fair. It is definitely a risk.
A little bit of a diva Odell potential.
Yeah. To me, though, is it weird that the number really matters? 10 versus a rookie.
Might be able to get like 6.
Well, because this is my thing. I would love it under 10. Under 10, I'd love it over a rookie because it's already know what it is. It's proven. And that's the premium for a proven former franchise caliber wide receiver. No matter what wide receiver we talk about in this draft, none of those guys have ever proven that they're franchise wide receivers in the NFL just yet. None of them have. Odell has. So there is a premium that comes with that. Regardless of if you like it or not, that's just how the business works. So if it's less than 10, if I can get it at 9, if I can get it at 8, I would love it at 7. But it has to be like in that range.
Steelers discount at 6?
Yeah, it would have to be in that range to make sense for me because of the risk. I'm not necessarily worried about Odell not knowing how to run routes and catch passes, man. Dude, man, he took a whole year off after the ACL. He's fine. You don't hold a private workout for teams, a private workout like that, if you're not 100% ready to go and you feel confident in what you can do. So by him doing that, man, it gives me the okay, like, yo, he's good athletically. I know what Odell brings, but the risk factor is definitely this thing could go nuclear in a hurry.
So 2 things I'm thinking. 1, Kenny ain't Baker in terms of temperament or anything like that.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
The other thing is, too, I feel like Odell actually gave the Cleveland thing a chance for his first couple years.
I would agree.
Like, the drama wasn't there on a season-by-season basis.
It's just to drum it up, I felt like
initially. Yeah, it was more of the on-the-field stuff. Like, literally, when Odell's not out there, they are better.
That's what you could see.
But then you really saw it in Odell's last year up in Cleveland when his dad came out and was doing the All-22 and saying, look, Baker's missing my guy here.
Yeah.
He sucks at quarterback. He needs to get my son the ball. And then eventually, like a week or 2 later, Odell got cut and went to the Rams. So, like, that's another thing I don't want either. Like, I don't want the risk of, like, just one random Sunday, Kenny didn't get Odell his targets. His dad coming out of nowhere, pulling out the All-22.
And the thing is, Odell is still a guy that can get separation and run routes. So, no different than George Pickens saying I'm always open. But the controversy is, these are combat catches 50-50 scenarios. You could talk yourself out of it. With Odell, it's going to be, you're going to freeze frame it and highlight it and say, he is open right here. But if the quarterback was going through his progressions over here and this where he wanted to go with the ball, so the heck what? Like, he ain't the first person to run a route that got open that didn't get the ball. Like, that's a part of playing that position. But like you said, with Odell, it's more weight that comes with it when he
just us talking about it.
Says something.
Just the fact that we're talking about it.
Or the first time it happens and he on the field doesn't say anything, but physically his body. Think about how Deontay, George Pickens was showing their body language at times earlier in the season, where you would, you know what I mean? You imagine if that's Odell doing that instead of it just being us and Steeler Nation peeping that. That's ESPN, Stephen A. Smith. That's Shannon Sharp. That's Skip Bayless. That's the headline around Colin Cowherd. That's around the clock. Oh, look, Odell's upset again, man. Oh, hey, man, it's Kenny. I told you. And he got Cowherd. I told you Kenny wasn't good. I told you that.
He likes Kenny.
Oh, for now.
He's a Kenny guy.
All right.
Yeah, just the fact that we're talking about it concerns me a little bit.
Yeah, so that's my only thing, man. Other than that, like, in terms of the talent, Odell, without a doubt. I love his talent. But it's the wild card factor with them. So for the wild card factor, I need that number lower. I can't pay you premium Odell price, even if that is 10 right now. I can't pay that.
Yeah,
because of the wild card factor.
You want to be able to get out of it easy.
Absolutely.
Because if things go bad first 4 or 5 weeks, you could just cut them.
Seriously, man.
And be okay with it.
Seriously.
Maybe you're less okay with it if it's 10.
Yeah, I can't do it at 10. I can't.
6 or 7.
6 or
maybe.
7, I could talk myself into it. And man, I'm throwing you on the IR. Just don't come back this year. You good, bro? Long-term IR, you good.
Maybe we just shouldn't do it. Maybe my initial take was right on that.
Yeah.
Just no.
He just made me nervous, man.
Because we're not talking about this at all with Jordan Addison.
Nah, you don't have to. Shoot, it could be Jordan Addison, it could be Jackson Smith and Jigba, it could be Tank Dell, it could be any of them other dudes. You're not tripping on that. But it's because of the specific player. It's no different. We could be saying Julio right now. Julio doesn't have any of this other stuff with it. You say Antonio Brown, this the other stuff that would come with it. It's certain players that just through their course of actions have put themselves in this position where now you have to weigh talent versus distraction.
Noise.
Yeah, and it's not always fair, but it is legit. It's the Kaepernick. It's no different than that, just without the political part backing it. But it's always, does your talent outweigh the distraction? Odell's talent used to be so great that it did outweigh it. Now with the couple of injuries, we've seen the productivity slip just a tad. So now you're asking yourself, is it truly worth it? And that's the issue right now.
Again, we didn't hear anything out of LA when he was there.
Yeah.
Everything was all and well.
But they were winning.
They were winning.
Did they lose a game when he was there?
I don't know.
Because
Yeah,
that
he
could
was
be the
playing
other
good.
dynamic.
Yeah, he was playing good and stuff.
I mean, they won a
and
Super Bowl.
He was their wide receiver 3 to begin with. Then Woods
Right.
got hurt.
Woods got
Jumps
hurt
in
their
at
first week there.
wide
Well, his
receiver
first week
2.
there.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think you're right. So what is it more of most of his career where he's in the headlines or just that 1.5 season with the Rams?
Which they won the Super Bowl in. Like, to win a Super Bowl, it's like, I think about one of my most fun years. It was when we went to the SC Championship game because you winning so much. We won 12 freaking weeks in a row, Deke. You know how long that is to just keep winning? You forget what it feels like to lose. You know how hard it is to be upset when all you do is win? It's like literally every week you just winning. You can't figure out something to get upset with, man. Odell probably was riding that gravy train like that too, man.
The intriguing part about it is shoring up that wide receiver 3, though.
Oh, yeah.
At a discounted
It's
rate
filthy.
with the
It's
upside
filthy.
of having Odell at
That's
least
filthy.
potentially getting back to some version of himself.
Odell as a remnant with GP.
I
and
feel like Kenny could
Deontay
cook
is
too.
crazy.
If you with Odell and
Yeah, it's
Deontay
crazy.
creating
It's
separation like
crazy.
that,
It'd be crazy.
and it frees us up for the draft. Like I said,
That gives us way more flexibility.
that gives
Yeah.
us. Don't worry about receiver in those first 3 or
Yeah.
4 rounds. Then draft corner, draft left tackle, but also maybe potentially draft that tight end too, and like a Darnell Washington,
Mhm.
or you get that third linebacker, that athletic coverage guy. You
Yeah.
could bring in a Drew Sanders or who's the other guy? Trenton Simpson.
Yeah.
That's what
some
really
options, man.
intrigues me.
You definitely got some options with it.
Because there's no other receiver that entices me like that out on the market right now.
Yeah, currently. Yeah.
For that type of contract, that type of upside,
Yeah.
combined with the receivers we already have, the other guys you're bringing, it's just like, oh, we're bringing in a veteran presence or
He's a
like,
good
like a
player.
good possession guy.
Yeah.
Could be a little safety valve.
Odell is the last of the remaining free agents right now that has true franchise wide receiver potential. But at the same time, he does have a ton of baggage, and that's part of the conversation surrounding him. Because if it wasn't for the baggage, you'll talk yourself out of that ACL. You ain't tripping on that. You'll definitely talk yourself out of that because you've seen him come back from it before. And it's really become one of those things.
And
that
he's
a
got
lot
extra
of people,
time coming back
Yeah,
from
he
it
took
too
a
now.
whole year, so you never had to even see bad.
So it's really going to be like a year and months now. Some addition,
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 months from.
Absolutely. So it's like you could talk yourself into all of that. It's literally the off-field stuff, the distraction, what comes with him, and that's something that only time will tell. Shout
Good
out to
comment.
the Odell. Shout out to Alex, man. Alex got us fired up, man, starting this thing out early. All right, and I see a lot of y'all that came to the party too. Why don't y'all hit that like button since y'all done pulled up on us too, man? Salute y'all. I missed all the company, man. What a crowd, man. Dang. Odell do that to you, though. See, he's a star like that, bro. That's the Odell effect.
Another point in Odell's favor, even Jordan Addison's favor, is if, knock on wood, one of our receivers goes down, we don't have much proven after that. I know we're excited
Nope.
about Calvin Austin, but if you have an Addison or an Odell and Pickens has to miss a few weeks or Deontay has to miss a few weeks, you're feeling fine then with
I would
a
agree.
Pickens and Addison, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 combo with an Anthony Miller or Calvin Austin in the slot. Or if it's Pickens, Odell with an Anthony Miller or Calvin Austin in the slot. Something like that. Another thing to consider. I know it's it's been down on our priority list this offseason, getting that slot receiver. But as we've been addressing all these needs throughout free agency, it's slowly getting up there. It's something to think about.
I just got to shout out Omar Khan, man. Omar Khan got Deke in here hollering Jordan Addison in the first, and now he done got us on Odell Beckham in free agency, man. That's what Omar Khan has done. Y'all give Omar Khan a round of applause, man. He been kicking tail, man, with his O-line moves,
the way he's
his
wheeling and
defensive
dealing.
moves.
He might be thinking Odell. I mean, if this was Colbert, I don't think we would. But
Deke came in here like, hey, y'all might hate me, but can we talk Odell? Jeez, I love it, bro.
I might hate myself for talking about it.
Because when you was talking, I'm like, yo, I could have sworn we just had this conversation like a week ago, and you was like definitive.
Yeah.
No. Like, you was like, no. And I was like, I agree. Like, I get it, man. Like, it's a lot that comes with that. But you came here today with a whole other, like,
Orlovsky.
Listen, man.
He had a nice little 1 minute spiel, and I was like, you know what? He has a point. Think of our offense with Odell. Kenny, Odell,
I mean, it has
Move,
chance, though. Nah.
Pickens, Deontay,
Like I said, if
Najee.
it was just Odell talent,
Nice O-line.
but think just Odell talent is no different if we're saying just Antonio Brown talent. The problem is we can't separate the talent from everything else that comes with it. Otherwise, Antonio and Odell would be employed right now because the skills are there. Like, man, we know what they're capable of.
I think there's different levels between the two, though.
I would
AB and
also
Odell.
agree. I would definitely.
Like, Odell is actually getting courted by NFL teams.
This is
He's probably
true.
going to play again.
I would agree.
AB is
but,
gone.
But what I'm saying,
Exiled.
the reason why I brought up Odell was because of during this time frame, both of their generations, right? Their class of receivers, who were the two main distraction receivers? Odell and AB were like the T.O. and Ocho Cinco of the 2010s.
Fair.
That's what I'm saying. So even though, yes, they're very different in terms of what AB has ventured off into, they were still the like premier names in terms of the antics, the drama, whether it be good or bad, but also the high end talent. And that's why I thought of like when we talk of T.O. and Ocho Cinco. It's like, yeah, crazy talent. But, you know, they were technically like the distraction wide receivers doing that. They weren't like Hines, for example. Like Hines, he going to hit, but he going to do what he's supposed to do. He was chill. Andre Johnson, chill. Steve Smith going to beat you up, but he ain't really got like antics like how you was getting with Ocho and T.O. It wasn't always the same like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other knock against Odell, or even just thinking about it, considering it, is we have gone the exact opposite direction with every move we've made over the last like 2 years.
And
it seems like.
Didn't you say you wanted to get away from like?
Got rid of Claypool. Don't have Juju back.
You said we don't want that era no more.
We're bringing
good.
these no nonsense guys in on defense.
That's what you told me. This is a hard 180.
That's why I hate myself for bringing it up.
E-brake, he done thrown it in reverse.
I hate myself for bringing it up. It's just on paper. It does make sense. It's making sense.
Because on paper you don't have to deal with the intangibles.
I'm wondering
you
with
don't have to
Odell
deal
at this
with,
stage in his career,
you don't have to deal with the feelings.
He might
and the
come
emotions.
in as that veteran guy, that veteran presence, brings in the ring like Pat Riley, sets it on the table. Let's go, boys. This is the goal.
I mean, you never know.
Is he there?
You never know.
We need to hear from him.
You never know. If he's not there, yeah,
that's the risk.
Yeah,
that's the risk.
That's very risky. Very risky, bro.
Let's go, UW.
Shout out to this combo. Yo, shout out to this combo. I love it.
Yeah, we do have a Tomlin though.
Yo,
the Steelers brand, the Steelers
combo.
organization.
Why are we really doing this? I love it. Yo.
I feel like there's something to that.
You feel like it's up to it?
I do.
Is it worth the risk to you? That's what it boils down to.
I think you're
Is
right.
Odell worth the risk?
What's Kenny's reaction if we signed Odell? He sees it on the ESPN
Initially,
bottom ticker.
everybody's excited when you sign Odell initially because you think of the positive, you think of the excitement, you think of the one-hand catch, you think of the big play capabilities, you think of all of that. But then,
is Odell working out with Kenny and all the boys down in Florida?
he'll fly in. I think he'll fly in for it. I don't think he would stay where they're staying probably, but I think he would fly in for it though. Maybe like
Stay
a day
the
or
whole
two.
time?
Nah, probably like a day or two.
Man,
Yeah,
I don't know if I want that.
that's a cameo though. For a guy like him, that's major.
We don't want that.
That's pretty appropriate, man. Was Antonio Brown working out with it? Like,
I mean, Ben wasn't doing that anyway, right?
But either way, he won't with Landry. You see what I'm saying? Like certain guys, is like yo, they yeah. Debo, he on AZ, you know.
I'm just thinking. I want under the radar. I want hard
The
work.
only negative is he's going against everything that we're trying to do culturally. That's the only negative. We can simplify it to that. There is
That's
nothing
a
negative
great-
on field. The only negative is our culture is this way. He is that way.
Yeah, that's.
I don't have issue with it, but that's it though.
That's
Yeah.
a great way to put it. It's a great way to put it. But I'm just wondering, is the leaf turned?
You want to find out, don't you?
I don't. I'm just bringing it up to have a conversation.
See, like
It's
I want to
just a
find
thought.
out, but I want to find out from like afar. I want to like
You wanna
see
see
it
another
over
team
there.
destroyed?
Yeah, I'm like, did it work for y'all? All right, it worked for y'all. Like, I'm glad it did. Good. But I don't know if I necessarily want to take that chance for us, bro. Yeah, Richard Stone, you out of pocket too. He say, Odell just need to date Amber Heard. Now y'all know that's Deke
Right.
girl. That's Deke chick. Deke. Yeah, he's team Amber. But yeah, man. OBJ. Like I said, man, everything else is good.
We weren't at his tryout, but I don't know if you could take much away from that because,
There were some teams there now.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying we weren't there, so I don't think that necessarily means we're out of it because Tomlin's been throwing up smoke screens, and like our organization's been throwing up smoke screens with like drafting free agents over these last couple years.
They
anyway.
still see them dudes though.
Huh?
They still see them dudes though.
What do you mean?
Like they weren't there for his workout. That's what I'm saying. Whereas like with some of the smoke screen stuff, like with Kenny, for example, it was a smoke screen to everybody else, but they talked about how they knew everything about him, probably knew him the best out of everyone else. So I just thought of it like that. Like,
Well, that's what
how well did they know?
So
Odell?
my point is,
Yeah.
we know Odell enough, right? As long as you could just get out there and run and you're healthy.
Not when we talk about everything that's coming with it, though, right? I would want.
I know.
Don't you want to
That's
sit down and
why.
talk with
That's
it?
why I don't
Like,
think the Steelers need to necessarily be at
Yeah.
his tryout.
I want to talk with it though. Like I need to look it in his eyes. I need to know. Like,
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we're just not interested. Then.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
like,
know what
like
to
in the
think.
sense of like with a player like him, like I don't know. I just feel like
I think you could do that at any time.
fair.
I don't
fair,
think it has
okay.
to be at his tryout where he's on the field.
Yeah, I
and
agree with
stuff.
you on that. Yeah. Because that's my only thing. It's like you need to talk to it.
I'm just saying.
I need to know what
for-
the temperament
for like
is, man.
6, we got this cap space somehow too. We made all these signings. We still have like 10 million plus in cap space.
I hate to do it, but we didn't even think Melvin Ingram was gonna go AWOL like that. We didn't think he was gonna bust that turn. He was like everything was good, and that took that turn. So we going into a scenario where we know it's a strong probability they could take a turn, and we're gonna expect this one to work different than the one that shouldn't have took the turn, and everything was actually working good for him, and then he took turn with that stuff. I'd be nervous about, man. I got this the PTSD for me, bro. PTSD.
I think everyone has it.
And he was in. They both was in
And
LA
with
too.
us having a young quarterback.
Yeah, it's the. If it was 7, it's different too.
Right.
This
Even
is
if this
Kenny.
was, let's say this was Kenny's 3rd year.
It's different. Yes.
I think, yeah, Kenny has a really
Yes,
good year too.
it's different. It's
He,
way
he
different.
drops 30
Heck.
touchdowns this upcoming year. Year
Yeah.
3, like it's
Absolutely.
his team, you know?
Heck, if this was last year, this time prior to us ever drafting Kenny, and all we had was Mitch, Dwayne Haskins, and Mason Rudolph. Shoot, you could even bring him in, because I would still be like, all right, at least with Mitch, he's still veteran enough. He's been here enough. Right now, like you said, man, we got guy coming off of rookie season. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Now, I think Kenny could gain Odell's respect with hard work and just like playing well and stuff.
And nothing. And honestly, that could very well happen.
Right.
And with
It's
any
just-
other player, it should happen.
To your point, it's just you don't know. We
You
don't
just
know.
don't know.
There is a risk.
Yeah.
It turns a little bit. You don't know. Because all that stuff could happen. The hard work, Kenny's playing good, but if Odell doesn't get the targets he wants and we go on a game or two skid,
And he's like, bro, I got bonuses. I'm trying to get to the Hall of Fame. I got to be all pro. Man, I can't make it to the Pro Bowl if you ain't throwing it to me. Kenny, you want me to get 100 receiving yards? You only throw me 2 targets. That ain't going to work.
I feel like Odell at this stage is a little more team than that. That's me from very much afar, not knowing Odell.
Good luck. Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's all the way team like that, but
If we go undefeated, then you could not have the numbers. If you, like you said, you skid 1, 2 here and there, that's gonna be hard for him. Personally, just what I think. If he's not having his numbers as well.
Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, though, I like it though. Like I said, everything else I like about it. It's just that big, elephant just sitting right there. Other than that, though, everything else is good. It's Odell, bro. He's polarizing.
Let's go, UW.
Are we just
Here's another topic.
Are we just now get to the second one? We still on Odell.
Yeah, but this is a good one too.
This is Odell, bro. Odell do that to you.
Let's go. UW says Kevin Dawson earned a PPE raise to $2.743 million for 2023. So that's now worth watching with 2 new guards being signed. Could free up space for Highsmith.
Don't think of it like that. The player performance bonus, it's not. It doesn't affect like salary cap like that. It's more so for your drafting skill. If you're a first round draft pick, you get paid. So obviously you have your contract, right? Your contract money is your contract money. That is what it is. But in terms of every player has a player performance bonus. So every play you take, offense, defense, special teams, depending on your contract or where you were drafted at, you have a pay scale directed to each play. So for fourth rounders like Kevin Dotson, Dan Moore, their their pay per play could be almost $500, $600 per play. So you think about them dudes being full-time starters, 17 games out the year. That's how they make those type of bonuses, but that's ultimately how they offset not being first-round draft picks, or how a guy like Jaylen Warren, they didn't show his on that list because obviously it was some other guys that played a lot more than him, but he's also a guy that's going to have a nice little performance bonus during this time of year because of him being an undrafted guy, but the amount of snaps he played. But it's a different pool of money than your traditional like salary cap and clearing up space, stuff like that. Just to talk that through a little bit.
So, do you want to talk about the big signing over the weekend?
Yeah, man. Let's do it, man.
Kind of is connected with Dawson.
Yeah,
it's
without
also
a doubt,
connected
man.
with the other guard that we signed, Herbig.
Without a doubt. So obviously we know he had brought in Nate Herbig. That was last like Thursday or something like that from the Jets. But then over the weekend, we also turned around and brought in Isaac Seumalo, out of the Philadelphia Eagles, was their starting guard with them on their Super Bowl run. He's been over there for a while. Started at left guard and right guard. Man, love this dude tape, bro. Love his tape. Obviously, the big thing with him is just some of the health stuff. When he's healthy, dude can get after it, man. Athletic, strong, plays with good technique fundamentals, could pull right, could pull left, can anchor versus the ball, has good active hands in terms of pass pro. Some of the knocks on him, he's slightly lighter in terms of just the guard position. He's not a Ramon Foster type. But the pros to that is he's way quicker in terms of his pass setting and stuff like that, man. High-end guy. When you talk about the athletic ability, climbing to the second level, does all of that at a great level. You just watch him at times, like I said, with the small stature at times, or not small, but just smaller stature. Chris Jones. Guy like him, man, big, massive man, bull rushing him. Had some success, but Isaac was still able to win his fair share of reps as well, just based on his quickness and just getting in position. He does all of that really well. He's the starter to me. I know we brought in.
With how he got paid, he's getting paid $8 million.
He's getting $8 a year, yeah. So to me, it was like they'll probably move him to left. He'll play left guard. James Daniels stay at right guard. Nate Herbig and Kevin Dotson, those.
We have the best backup guards in the league.
Yeah, you love your backup situation. Kendrick Green becomes, I think, more so expendable now, especially when we talked about the current situation. But I'm even more interested now to just see what they do with that room. And here's what I mean. They tried to have Dotson and Kendrick Green competing last year. Do you think there's another scenario where they might try to have them two dudes compete, and if they like Green, they try to move Dotson? Because we were all kind of surprised when they even had them two dudes competing. But that was the one thing that just kind of like, because to me, Dotson isn't just this like day one backup. I feel like he's still a guy that should compete for a spot. And that's how we felt when they brought in Nate Herbig. But when you bring in Isaac for that money, I'm looking at Nate and I'm looking at Dotson, and I'm saying they just paid Nate. I got to see has his numbers come out yet? Because I still didn't see his yet.
$4 million a year.
$4 million a year.
Yeah, I'm curious
Because
too.
technically
I'm
Dotson
very
was supposed to be
curious.
getting paid. Remember, Dotson was next up. So you pay two dudes that play his position while you got a James Daniels over there. That was the one for me where I'm just like, I don't know what they're going to do with that. Because that was supposed to get paid, or at least be in the conversation to get paid, or compete. You can compete with 4 a year. You can compete with that. You're not competing with 8.
No.
8's the starter. And you know what you paid last year to Daniels.
Yeah. And he played good.
Right.
So I'm wondering this. I got a few thoughts. I'm wondering. I don't have enough research on this or know exactly what was going on with the Eagles and their O-line situation over the last 5 or 6 years. But did maybe Weidl see how important depth is on the offensive line, and just having
Well, you remember a couple years
good
ago,
dudes that can fill in for a game or two. And,
a couple
and
of
the
years
importance of
ago,
that.
Philly did get banged up on the O-line. Remember they had Dillard was their tackle. He was playing bad. Then he got hurt. They brought in Peters. Remember that was the first time he came back right before he turned 40. So they have seen some of that. So that could also very well be in play. I know that was a big reason why Isaac was brought over, because they said Andy was big in terms of bringing Isaac and big in terms of getting Nate Herbig when he was in Philly earlier on as well.
So there's that. That could be a little bit of a stretch, but I'm also thinking maybe Dotson will be on the block now.
That was
Because
the one for me,
I
man.
already thought before us signing Isaac that, yeah, Herbig and Dotson are going to be competing for left guard, but Herbig's going to have the upper hand right away.
Because he got 4.
Yeah, he's getting paid a little bit more.
He's the fresh signing. You're not getting cut the first year when you're getting 4. Like,
So now, with us bringing Isaac in, I would presume the first guy on the depth chart for either guard spot is Herbig. So Dotson is 4. I could see a team being really interested in Dotson.
Why wouldn't
and
you
trading
be?
like a 4th or 5th round pick, and you
Why
get
wouldn't you be?
starting left guard.
why wouldn't you be?
And I think that would be smart for the Steelers to then take that.
But
Because
then you keep
then
Kendrick Green then.
I don't know if I want that.
You see, that was
I don't know if
but
I want
that.
that.
was why I said what I said when I'm like,
can
I
we
don't
just
know how
draft
they
a
view them
guard?
dudes.
Can we
I
just
don't know how
draft
they view
another
them.
guy, 4th round, 4th, 5th round?
I don't know how they view them dudes.
They can compete with Green.
Yeah, I just don't know how they view them dudes, man. Because they for a fact had them dudes competing last year. And we were all just like shocked by the fact that they could even compete.
Yeah,
At
it
guard.
was stupid.
We're like, what are we doing? But that was what they wanted. So that's what really has me looking at Dotson right now, because of him being good enough to be a starter in this league, but still on this contract. But with this money, I don't know. I do not know, man.
I'm completely fine keeping it as is. Dotson, Herbig, backup guards. You have Isaac and Daniel starting for us. And you got Cool at center, Chooks at right. And right now, Dan Moore at left. I'm fine with that. And if we just go as is, we just have some really nice extra depth on the offensive line. I'm just really curious why we're loading up on guards like that, the interior.
It almost felt like
we
overkill, man.
We went left tackle, or we were interested left tackle with Orlando Brown. Didn't get him, so I'm thinking, okay, that's the
We're going
play.
for another tackle. Yeah.
That's the play. If we're gonna make a trade or something, I was hoping for maybe Laramie Tunsil, but then he just got that
The
mega
massive
deal with the Texans.
Yeah.
I know Jonah Williams is out there now too.
Yeah.
Left tackle was the move. I thought, okay, that's probably the one thing we'll
I was
do
with you, bro.
on the O line for the rest of free agency. Because we brought in Herbig. Okay, him and Dawson will compete. The rest of the O line's good.
That Isaac move happened late. It was like, bruh, what?
Yeah, it was
just
like on
happened?
midnight or something, right?
It was like
on
late Saturday. Yeah. Because I remember I woke up getting ready to take my mom to the airport. And I'm like, bro, what? When did this happen? Yeah. Facts, bro. Facts.
I like it because, it goes hand in hand with our whole culture and mentality we're going to try to build. Because from all accounts, everyone's saying like this dude's like a top 5 guard in the league right now.
He was a Pro Bowl alternate last year. You cut the tape on, man. He does everything you
Probably would have
want.
made it if they wouldn't have made the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Mhm.
Somehow would have
My
made
thing
it.
is this, though, man. It's
whatever.
like Isaac checks off a ton of boxes for us, man. The big thing, like I say, he's just a little bit on the smaller side compared when you look at James Daniels. James is a thicker, more like robust like dude, but he doesn't move as well as Isaac does. Isaac to me moves like really, really well, man. And like you said, when you talk about that versatility, could pull right, could pull left, could pass block the way that you need to. That's what makes him such an intriguing player. And he has physicality in the run game. Now, to me, Nate Herbig is a better or more physical run blocker, but Nate's also a bigger body man too. Like Nate looked like he's built to just drive block people. Like, yeah, Nate reminds me of like a man scheme. Isaac reminds me of like a zone scheme guy because it's just, like I said, a little smaller but more quicker. But yeah, man, I like both pickups though a lot, man. It's just, I wonder what made us bring in Nate if we knew we were going to be bringing in Isaac.
Maybe we didn't know we were going to get Isaac.
But that's
we wanted him and
always
we always viewed Nate as a potential starter, competition guy. But we could upgrade from him if we really need to. But just in general, good guy to have if he's backup or starter.
It just seems like those moves happen in not in the same off season, unless you're doing a full revamp both guards. Typically, that's like if I'm paying this guard $4 million, I'm not paying another guard $8 million the same off season.
Does it make more sense if the moves happened in reverse?
To me, yes.
We signed
because
Isaac,
you got your main guy.
Okay, we got our starter, and then we bring him
and it's
in.
like, oh man, we could get him in, and we got him for cheap. It's $4 million. It's cool.
We got a backup.
Right. You don't typically think like, let me get the cheap first. Oh, I could go get that too. Like, I mean, I guess, but that's just how I was thinking of it. But either way, it's a good situation for us, man. We are
somehow
definitely
we
upgraded.
still have cap space with all this. We've $10 million. We still didn't even restructure.
And we can still restructure. That's the other part.
TJ or Minka, or Deontay, or any of these guys.
Yeah. No, did we? I thought we restructured Minka.
Well, we did Minka.
Yeah, we did Minka. We didn't do
TJ.
Deontay and TJ. We haven't done those two.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
It was Minka.
And did we restructure James Daniels?
No, it's only been Minka.
That's what I'm
right.
saying. So it's like we got multiples that we could still restructure that we haven't even tapped into. Which is, shout out to Omar. What we said, this is what Omar does though. He's the numbers guy. Omar,
as long as we're not screwing
work.
up ourselves long term, and I think Omar's savvy enough not to do that.
Yeah,
I would guess. I'm liking this Weidl edition though. He's trying to bring over
He's
some of
getting a
that
little bully, though.
Eagles.
He got a little
pedigree.
bully action.
Yeah. Bring over that O line. We got the receivers taken care of. I think Weidl's bringing in that offensive line type of stuff.
Yeah. I like it though, man,
It's a good
because
combo.
that physicality. I mean, going back and obviously watching the Super Bowl again because of Isaac, that was definitely something that continued to show up though. Just how physical they were in that like offensive line, bro. If we could get to that, man, and these type of moves definitely put you in that type of position.
Underrated thing about some of these signings too. Peterson, Hall of Fame caliber player.
Mm-hmm.
Never been to a Super. Yeah, he wasn't a part of that. No, I think he was after they went with Warner. Yeah,
he was after that. Yeah, he was way after that. Yeah.
That was 08. Holy shit. What am I saying? But anyway, Hall of Fame, just class caliber player. You got that. Landon Roberts, 2 Super Bowls with the Patriots.
Oh yeah, he got pedigree.
We get a couple of these Eagles guys with Super Bowl type experience. I know Herbig wasn't. I think Isaac too. Wasn't he a depth guy?
No, Isaac was the starter this year.
I'm talking about 2017.
Oh, 17. Yeah.
Was Herbig even on that?
Herbig was on the roster. Herbig was up there.
They were both depth guys.
Yeah, they were depth
dudes.
dudes. Yeah.
But then, you're right. With Isaac this last year, it's an underrated part of it. There's just the mentality of like these dudes have been there, done that, and see what it takes.
In firsthand experience, that is legitimate. Me and Buffalo, we never had that conversation because we never had people with that type of experience. I come to Pittsburgh, we make a run like that, and it's just like you do feel different. Like how you see it, how you prepare, even that following off season, everything that goes into mentally where you want to go. Yeah, it's contagious too, though, man. And that's something that I'm sure Coach T, man, was a little bit more intentional when he's bringing some of them dudes in, man, because you do like that pedigree.
Wow, I'm an idiot for even thinking Peterson was on that 08 team. Wow.
That's all good, bro. I was going to say, yeah.
That's
P2 definitely went that on. No. He was cooking up at LSU probably around that time. He might have been in high school doing 08. I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Because he was only at LSU for, 3? Yeah.
Probably.
It ain't take him long.
Official momentum. What's good, guys? Myers family praying for y'all. We're praying
let's
for
go.
you as well.
Man. We appreciate you. We always praying for y'all over there, too, man. Salute you.
Let's go, UW. Just wanted to shout out the NFL announced their top 25 performance-based payouts with safety Marcus Epps leading the way with 2 more Wyoming alums.
Let's go. I knew you would give me some Wyoming today, man. I needed that from you, too. Let's go, UW. I appreciate you. I do.
Farron Bradford. I read that Herbig had a few reps at center before. Let's try this again. LOL.
Nate has played both guards and a little bit of center. Isaac has played both guards. James Daniels has played both guards and some center as well. So yeah, we got multiple options on that interior part. Dude, am I tripping? Do we still got Jesse Eisenhower too, right? But this nigga's haters.
I thought we did. He's a free agent right now.
Oh, he's part
I
of
think
our
he'll be back.
undrafted.
I think he'll be back.
I mean, unrestricted list, yeah.
Yeah, if I had to guess, we'll bring him back. We don't have.
Besides,
I
though,
double
Mason Cole was
checked.
straight though.
I double checked our depth chart. We don't have any left tackle or right tackle depth right now.
Correct. Yeah,
It's
because
literally
the free
just Dan
agents-
Moore and Chooks.
Yeah,
But we got good depth at guards.
Yeah.
And then nothing at center.
because I'm trying to think, who have we had as backups? We've had a Chaz Green. We've
This,
had
wasn't that Joe
McGlue.
Davis or something? What
We
was his
had
name?
Joe Davis.
Is that his name? I can't remember what his name was.
Yeah,
Jesse Davis.
Jesse, yeah, yeah. Jesse Davis. We had the cat that came from Miami, and then he was in Minnesota with the Vikings.
That's him.
That was him. That was Jesse.
yeah,
Okay, yeah. You're right. That is Jesse. I'm sure. In my mind, I kept saying Joe Webb. I'm like, that's the quarterback with the Panthers, bro. That's the quarterback. That's not him. Yeah. Okay. Let's
We're
go.
going to draft a left tackle.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or we're gonna keep trying to spend some. Like I said, we was in the running.
We're going to draft a left tackle.
Or
So-
do we trade for a left tackle, Deke? Because there is another left tackle that became disgruntled over the weekend
Right.
from the division. Very familiar. High pedigree guy. Jonah Williams. After the Orlando Brown news, because obviously Orlando Brown signed with
How
the
about
Cincinnati
Jalen Warren
Bengals.
to left tackle?
Jeez.
Ex-concept.
I just seen it.
That's pretty funny.
Hey, man, he have a mean first step, man. I tell you that. His get off gonna be elite over there. It turns his kick back. But Jonah Williams, man, like I said, we were in the running for Orlando Brown. We saw he signed for, was it 14 mil per year? And we ultimately got outbidded at the end of that thing. But because we were in that bidding so heavily, it obviously lets us know that we tipped our hand. We are in the market for a left tackle, and we trying to do something in terms of upgrading it. So with Orlando Brown signing with the Cincinnati Bengals, their starting left tackle at the time, former first-round draft pick Jonah Williams, put out, I think it was through his agent, that he was officially requesting for a trade. So it obviously had us asking questions here, man. I mean, we know who Dan Moore is. It's been good, but obviously we feel like he's left something out there to be desired. Obviously the team feels like that as well based on what they were trying to do. So with that being the case, I know you brought up drafting left tackle, and we brought that up as well prior to this news. But would you be open, or should the Steelers be open?
We'd have to get a really good price on it. Somehow restructure that contract, that cap hit of $12 million. The reason it would be intriguing to me is I feel like Tomlin would love it.
You know he would love it.
Bringing in the AFC North rival that overlooked you, and he'd
Hey.
feed into that all day, every day.
He would gas that up so hard.
You're right. Former first-round pick. Now, he hasn't lived up to the hype either.
Correct.
That's my question. Like, could he be an upgrade over I think it's arguable, probably right now. Is he an upgrade over Dan Moore?
Yeah.
At least he'd be someone that you could bring in a competition, and you'd have Dan Moore in check then. I can't be paying a lot for it, though.
Okay.
That's my thing. The thing
The
I
cap
like
hit
about
is
it...
12. What's his salary this year?
Let's see. Yeah, maybe I
Because
should
you
go
could
to
play
over
with
the
the
cap.
cap. Yeah.
Maybe I should go to over the cap because I'm just on Spot Rack. 12 base salary.
12 base. Oh, this is the fifth year?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. I mean, not that's why, but that's why the number is 12, because he's on the fifth year option. So
let
yeah,
me
if you're bringing
see.
him in, it's a 1 year rental essentially, unless you want to extend him. So that means trade value, you're not giving up more than a fifth because of him having the fifth year option, and you would still need to sign him long term if you wanted to like keep him.
Yeah, that's not I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't like that for us.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was the fifth year option. The fifth year option definitely changes it because that 12 is a little hefty for his play, to me at least.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason they brought in Orlando Brown.
Orlando Brown at 14 makes way more sense. You're fine with that. Jonah Williams, $2 million less than Orlando Brown. Nah, you ain't fine with that. But I'm also a little surprised that I guess they didn't have a choice in terms of picking up his option because they didn't know they would have Orlando Brown, and they had to make that move last year.
Right.
Yeah, that's my only thing with that. I don't like the 12. If that was 6, 7, because I'm sure the first couple of years under the rookie deal, or based on like the per year average and stuff like that,
Right.
would have been more appropriate. That 12, that's a little hefty for my liking for his play, because it still would be a competition.
Yeah, because he was drafted pretty high,
Yeah.
11 overall.
Yeah, because he got hurt, didn't he? His first year. he got hurt and he had to sit, and then he came back that second year with
It looks like 2020 he got hurt. That would be his second year.
Okay, so I knew it was one of them years. Yeah, I got
on
hurt.
IR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was getting an average salary of about 4.5.
Yeah.
Throughout his rookie contract.
Yeah, if it was still on that part of it, I would definitely be intrigued by it, man.
Yeah, you give him a
I would definitely
tryout,
be
whatever.
intrigued
You
by it.
have him compete with Dan Moore,
Yep.
and then if he wins the job, you give him a tryout for the season.
Absolutely, man. And it's a lot cheaper. Whereas if that gets beat out by Dan Moore, I can't have 12 mil sitting on the bench. You just can't.
No.
12 M's, that's a lot to be backing up. And it's at a position where you don't rotate.
Now, if they cut him,
Cut him is a different conversation. Yeah.
I
But I don't think they can
happening.
after they picked up the fifth option. Because I feel like that became guaranteed once they picked up the option.
Yeah, they would get no cap saving.
Yeah, you're giving
They
them
would get
12
no-
M's. You're
They could
paying
just
them to
get
go
him
home.
off the roster, though,
Yeah.
if he's disgruntled.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who's going to want to trade for him.
The 12 M's is a lot, bro.
You have to probably give up a pick, I'd assume.
No, it's fifth or sixth round. Like, you're not going to give
It's late.
up.
Yeah.
You're not giving nothing crazy. But, like you talk about, that's a $12 million audition. That's a $12 million flyer. I don't like those type of flyers.
Laramie Tunsil was way more intriguing to me.
You could talk me
But then
into
I saw what he
Laramie
got
for
paid,
12.
and I was like, there's just no
What
way
did
that was
Laramie end up
happening.
getting?
25 per year.
Yeah, see, I was about to say, you could Larry for 12, I'd have loved that. 25, bro, what? 25, holy smoke. He got 25 a year?
Yeah.
Huh?
By the Texans. So,
He went back, but that's where he started it, though, right? Or he ended up there.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was in the last year of his contract on it. This is why a trade made sense.
Yeah.
Because he was going to have a decent, like a sizable cap hit.
Mm-hmm.
But if they would have traded him, they would have like cut that in half and got like
Yeah.
$18 million in savings. So with them in a pseudo rebuild mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would have made sense. Trade him, get some assets, get the cap savings. But ultimately, I guess they want to have him around for whatever quarterback they draft.
Yeah.
They paid him a lot too.
If
That's what he was looking for too, money wise, I don't think
we
we would
ain't
have
in
ever
that
done that.
convo. Yeah. I'm
We
with you.
we didn't even pay top price for Orlando Brown,
We
and he
not-
got a reasonable deal.
25, that's...
So we were out on Tunsil.
Yeah, I'm with you. 25 is a lot, bro.
That's the one guy that was intriguing to me after we missed out on Brown. Obviously, Luan's still out there.
Yeah.
I'm still out on him, though, until we get TJ approval.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, maybe Broderick Jones is the play. Or we trade for Skoronski, maybe.
We still got action. Like I said, the Orlando Brown caught me off guard, bro. When that happened, I saw, we still in play for anything. If we was
We
in
get
that
Orlando
convo,
Brown, do we not get Isaac?
Probably, but we not tripping because we weren't
No,
tripping prior to.
I wouldn't mind
when
a
we brought
Herbert
in Nate,
Dotson
we
plus
weren't
Orlando
tripping.
Brown left side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we weren't tripping. We loved where we were at. We were good where we were at. It was just when we brought in Isaac, it was like, whoa, this is dope. But it's like, bro, what?
Doesn't add up,
It doesn't. It's overkill, man.
but I'm fine with it.
Vince Trombetto, he brought up Isaiah Wynn. So he's still out there as well. And that was the guy we had talked about
Again, if
earlier
you
on.
want, I mean, I don't think this is your franchise left tackle or anything. This is a guy you're bringing in to just.
But
compete
we're
with
looking at
Dotson.
something that can upgrade Dotson. I mean, upgrade Dan Moore. Yeah,
right,
upgrade Dan Moore. So if it comes in and successfully upgrades Dan Moore, did it do his job?
I wouldn't be opposed to it. Yeah, I mean, something reasonable. Bring him in, compete. Fine. Yeah, I mean, part of me even thinks I'm fine with rolling with Dan Moore going into next year.
Okay.
Bring in someone still, but if he's your top option, it ain't the end of the world. I don't think it's the end of the world.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like one of these top left tackles in the draft. But to my point, like if we bring in an Isaiah Wynn, I mean,
Yeah.
okay, competition, whatever. I just what I would like about that personally is I feel like we wouldn't draft left tackle early, which would open up the lane for
Well,
Jordan Addison.
I just look at it like this. What would you feel better about? Us spending some money on Isaiah Wynn and he competes with Dan Moore and Dan Moore wins, or us drafting a tackle at 17 or 32 competing with Dan Moore and Dan Moore potentially wins? Which one would hurt
you're
you?
asking two different parts of me then. Like
Because
me personally,
I'm like, I can
me
see Dan
personally-
beating out any of them personally.
Right, me personally, I like the signing of player and just have him compete with Dan Moore
Yeah.
because that opens up the lane for
For Addison.
Jordan Addison.
Right.
or even potentially getting one of those
Just any
top
of it,
linebackers too. It
Right.
gives you again
More
more
flexibility.
flexibility for the draft.
Yeah.
Whereas left tackle, I would feel better about that for the offensive line and just the left tackle position if
Yeah.
we drafted a guy in the first round to compete with Dan Moore. But hey, I mean, either way, I think we'll be fine, man.
Yeah. Like I said, we're in a good spot right now. We're heavy on the guards, but we're good spot right now.
Yeah. Jacob Alessio, in parentheses, cut Deontay. My doe is doing way better. I'm home in Bristol, Connecticut.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's good to hear, man.
I like that.
Really good to hear. Farron Bradford, I think it's clear that left tackle and DB will be addressed early in the draft. What about defensive line? Tennessee can come off Simmons. We need one more body. We can't do that.
Shoot, we got a better chance of addressing that in the draft than
We can't do that.
than doing that free agency move right there, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just maybe get Ika.
Yeah.
In
I'm
the
about to
second
say
round.
we for a fact would draft something, man. That's expensive. Simmons nice though.
That Ogunjobi signing would be all for naught.
It definitely would. It would be over. No, you know what it'd be? We'll be like, all right, is this for Cam? Is this how you're gonna do Cam? This is how it ends?
Or I think we just accept it and say, hey, we're just gonna keep building the interior.
We're
We're just bringing in
Molly.
maulers.
We're just getting.
Who cares?
We're gonna be 30 deep in the trenches. We ain't gonna be able to do nothing else. We go the trenches. Oh, we're gonna have that on lock.
I think we just
Yeah.
accept it.
That would be hilarious.
Booman318. What's up, guys? Ready for this new Steelers edition talk? Also, rest in peace to Deke's controller.
What? Did you throw a controller?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
he said, "Oh yeah."
I still got to go get a new one.
I said, "Hold on, D. What? Where had you thrown the controller, bro? Was the game cheating? That's always my excuse. If I'm losing, man, the game cheating. You know they be cheating.
Wolin is looking like the biggest bust of a trade I've ever seen. I don't know how much I want to reveal right now.
Oh no.
If I just want to let you see the clips.
Yo.
There's real reason for me throwing that controller. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh. You really threw it. Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Felt good.
Said it felt good. All right, as long as you're in a better place now, man. That's
Needed that win, too. AFC's tight in this franchise right now.
Like it just brought something up, man. Dang, go on, dude. Give me that breath, like.
Got a big Colts game this week.
Yeah.
Big Colts game. They're in the playoff mix. The division's slipping away from my hands now.
Dang. Tristan Strother said you got that OBJ energy, man. Throwing controllers and stuff, man. You a locker room cancer? That's your energy, man.
No, not at all.
No, alright.
No. I wouldn't say that. I
Okay.
feel like I bring positive vibes to the team.
Uh-huh.
Although I got dudes on the chopping block left and right, I guess. So yeah, I traded Highsmith. So maybe people are on edge. They don't know if their jobs are
Just saying,
secure.
bro, like, yes.
I let a lot of my free agents last
Uh-huh.
offseason go. I only re-signed 3 of them. I think I re-signed Bush,
So you on that Bill
William
Belichick,
Jackson,
man,
and
it
then
sound
I
like.
traded William Jackson.
Yeah.
I forget who else I brought. I think I brought back Akello.
Yeah. You definitely sound
No,
like you
no,
on
no.
that
Who else
Belichick
am
over
I-
there, man.
Who else was my other free agent? It was Bush. It was William Jackson. Terrell Edmonds. Edmonds is still on the team, though.
Thanks. Shout out to Edmonds.
He's a
Shout
good
out to
player.
Edmonds. Speaking of Bush,
Oh, yeah.
Seattle, how you feeling?
Good for him. I mean,
I think it's got a chance, man. In the defense, he got a chance. In that defense. We'll see, though. We'll see.
yeah, he wasn't coming back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Bring in Holcomb. Bring in Orlando Roberts. Basically the
Yeah.
opposite. of what
Very,
we've
very
been
opposite.
Putting out there at linebacker over these last
Very,
couple
very
years.
opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, it was over. It was over. He got his 1-year deal. I've been seeing some comments.
1 for 12?
I don't know. No, there's no way that's the deal.
Oh.
I could check the deal because I haven't looked at it since it happened. I think, wasn't that on Friday?
Yeah, was it? Yeah, it was like Friday. Yeah, Friday or Saturday. Yeah.
I think it was Friday. But no, they're saying, I guess Seattle's the new home for Steeler first-round bust.
Who's north of Seattle?
Artie.
When did Artie sign out there, bro?
This year.
That's
He
right.
went to Chicago, then he
'cause
ended
got
up
hurt
in
in Chicago.
Seattle.
Then yeah. He said that's the home, but it's not. Jeez. No, man, I hope it work out for him, though, man. I think in their defense, he'll at least be covered up. That shit.
Yeah, I got nothing against him.
Keep him
Hope-
covered
yeah.
up, man.
Hope it works out.
Yeah.
You know, the classic line, hope it works out, except for whenever you're playing the Steelers.
Facts.
I'm not seeing any numbers, just
Okay.
1 year deal.
It's probably like 9.
Oh, the one comment I saw was hilarious. Someone said, Seattle did it. I think they must have done it. I think it was Thursday night going into Friday. That's what it was. It was almost like our Isaac signing on Saturday night. Someone said Seattle did it at midnight so no one would see it and they wouldn't be laughing at them. They tried to keep that deal concealed.
Yo, the end of the week, late night media dump. All right, we signed Devin. Wait till Friday at midnight to drop this news, okay?
You know Seattle fans are pumped.
No,
You got a number 10 overall pick.
yeah, that's how you
24
sell
years
it.
old.
You say, hey, man, he coming off of injury, but before the injury, man, he was doing it. That's how you sell it. Yeah.
Last year wasn't bad.
I even saw people, they put up the side by side. It was like, look at Devin Bush's 4 years, and you look at Cole Holcomb in his 4 years. The numbers, they're pretty much identical. I was like, yeah, but that's
Holcomb
the problem
was
with reading your stats,
Holcomb was a build-up where Devin Bush's best numbers came in his rookie year. Those were all. If you look up his
still-
highlights, that's where all of his highlights
In terms of the splash plays, yes, I'm talking about the tackle numbers. Is a tackle if it's a TFL versus if it's 10 yards downfield? Still a tackle, right? And that's some of the stuff that, like, when I look at them numbers, I'm like, yeah.
Well, how about
Both
this
of them
stat?
had numbers, but that tape looked very different in terms of how they got them numbers,
Well,
man.
let me combat that stat with this stat.
Yeah.
We'll stat war right now.
Yeah.
Because there was one I saw where the combination of Devin Bush, Spillane, and Miles Jack last year. Did you see this? Combined for 9 tackles for loss. It was either Orlando Roberts or Cole
Yeah.
Holcomb. It had to have been Roberts because he played all
Yeah.
last season. Just him himself had 10
Had all
tackles
of
for
it.
loss. That's to your point.
Yeah.
Where is the tackle?
Right.
What
Like,
impact
where
did
is
the
it
tackle
happening
actually
at,
have?
man? Where is it at? Because it's different. That's why we don't just read stat sheets, because they can be very deceiving, very misleading. You look at the tape, man, that tape gonna tell you a lot, because yeah, it's been games where Devin, even, you know, in his quote unquote bad years or not so electric years, where he would have 5-6 tackles and you'd be like, okay, if you look at the stat sheet, you'll feel good. But we watched the game, that was a little bit of a difference right there, man. But nah, man, for D Bush though, man, like I said, I hope it work out for him out there in Seattle. You know, probably excited. TG gonna love it. TG loves Seattle. I'm gonna see how he feel about that one. Yeah, that's just you don't understand, Deke. TG loves Seattle. Like, he wish he was drafted in Seattle. That's who he wants to be, man. He's Seattle Seahawks, bro.
He's a Jets fan and a Seahawks
I'm telling you, bro, the way you've peeped to how he talk about the Jets now.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he's been talking to me about them daggone Seahawks since the Legion of Boom. You be saying, like, bro.
Well, now they got Geno too. There's that.
Oh, it just adds to it now.
Yeah.
Just when you thought it was going to die, he's like, oh, no, we back. Mm-hmm.
Cal Monier. I'm very comfortable with our free agent class. Omar the GOAT.
Let's go. Shout out to Omar.
Yeah, I'm liking what we're doing. Jacob Alessio says, been MIA dealing with politics in her nursing room.
Yeah.
I understand.
No, facts, man. Facts. Stay strong. You be there for. But yeah, them politics in the nursery room, I definitely do. Mm-hmm.
With my grandparents,
Seriously, bro.
my mom, she has, I think it's 4 siblings. Yeah, they would have like rotations of like people, someone in my family that they could trust in
Seriously,
the room
bro.
with my grandparents at all times.
Yeah, seriously. You'd be like, bro, what are y'all, like, I get it. Like, it's a hard job. Y'all got a lot going on, but it's like, we got to be better. Let's be more buttoned up, man.
Richard Hunt, Moats looking like a commander. Give me Jordan Addison.
Oh, dang. This Commander Gear? It's not Commander Gear, actually. It's not. It's Charlie Cousins, the high bar stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I ain't got no Commander. Chill out now. Chill out. Don't do that to me. You about to put the Commanders? Bro, don't do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
Colton Choi Fu. Fact of the day, 4th of July is a sad day for Hawaiians. 1898, our queen was imprisoned in her home by American businessmen. 3 days later, Hawaii was annexed. Wow.
Seems real American. Yeah. Seems real American, man. It's kind of like Thanksgiving. Yeah. Did I say something wrong? I'm just saying. Very Thanksgiving, like, she got kidnapped. A couple days later, hey, man, we all be one family now. Shout out to Hawaii, officially a part of the United States of America. All right, yeah. Yeah, you should have. Did they bring a turkey? I see what I'm saying. Like, that's all he was missing. Hey.
Gorilla mode. OBJ just had a kid. Oh, yeah, this is the point I was bringing up with OBJ.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is more mature now, so I think all of the drama is overblown at this stage in his career. Steeler Nation just has PTSD from AB, Juju, and Claypool, etc. Yeah, I think he's forgetting Martavis.
I was about to say, and you see that means it could keep continuing if we don't try a different, course of action per se. Yeah.
OBJ is that kid, though.
That's what they say. He's intriguing. The same way AB's been intriguing at times. He's not AB, though, to that extent.
AB had how many kids at the time?
Chill. I ain't do that. Nah, chill out, bro. You got to chill out.
I'm just saying. Yeah, maybe the kid argument's null. But I guess everyone handles it differently.
Hey, bro, why you being like this, bro?
Based off the theory, AB should have been like Larry Fitzgerald here, right?
Hey, yo. Yeah, technically, yeah. Say should be Larry Fitzgerald. Why are you like this, bro? Like, come on, man. We just trying to vibe, bro. Don't do that to me today, man. Yeah, don't do that, man. Jesus.
Richard Stone has joined the upper room.
Oh, Richard Stone and Joseph Jacobs. Richard Stone and Joseph Jacobs, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man, I can't. Y'all got me laughing over here now. Boy, Talbot. Hey, we should have been great there, man. If that was the case, God, dog.
Deke Cameron says kids don't change people no more.
Based on what you might be.
Like I said, I think everyone is their own personal.
It's
handle
case
it
by case. It's case by
Yeah.
case. Because we've seen AB do some pretty outlandish stuff
A
with the
kid
kids
could
around.
be a game changer for a person.
Yeah.
People could change from a kid.
Yeah,
That could be a pivotal point in someone's life, for sure.
it could. I just think of. I don't even want to think of the video. It was with gummy candy that was shaped like adult private parts, and it was kids in the background. That's what I think of. I was like, hey, big, yeah, I bet it ain't really work for him like that. And then, yeah. Oh, now you like, yeah.
He was wasn't that the police?
Yeah,
throwing it at police or
yeah.
something?
It's like, yo, lock her up, and I'm like, yo, your kids is like right, like they were there, not even like an afterthought. We talk about like sometimes like just think
Was
of
he
them.
was he on IG Live?
Yes. How you think I seen it? I was there. It was on IG Live for everybody to see. Yeah, I caught the replay. Yeah, I be scared when I see AB live. I be scared. I be like, I ain't tapping in that. I'm gonna wait. Tell me if it's safe or not. Is he closed first off? Yeah. But nah, man. Yeah, that's man. So you're right. You cannot just assume
What, you'll feel
that
like
the
an
kids,
accomplice or something if it's live.
Yeah. If it, because I'm afraid my name gonna pop up. I'll be like, you can't show the body with the check mark and be like, yo, he's wild. Like, no, I'm hot. I'm quoting 4K now. Like, I can't do it. I'll be scared. Anytime I see somebody live, like, no, we're not hopping on that, bro. Nope, we are not gonna tap that.
Sean McCartney. Where do you see Samalo on our O-line? Do you see him as our left guard? I do. I'd like to see him at right guard if Daniels could play left. How good was he at left in Philly?
Man, he started 3 seasons at left? I want to say he started 3 or 4 seasons at left. To me, I watched him predominantly at right, but knowing that he started multiple seasons at left as well still gives me confidence in him. I feel like just watching how he moves, watching how he can move around in terms of his pulling left and right. One of the things in terms of guards, why it's typically a little bit easier for those guys switching and why they're mainly viewed as interchangeable versus tackles is because their stance. You look at a guard's footwork, it's closer to being balanced up, meaning right foot, left foot even. Whereas when you watch right tackle, left tackle, it's a very staggered stance where that inside foot, if you're the right tackle, it's always your left foot that you're kicking off of. So to ask a person to switch to that right foot, not everybody is going to be able to be as nimble or as explosive off of that. Whereas when you're talking guards, because they're so balanced up anyways, right side or left side, it's smaller in terms of what you're asking them to adjust. So I don't anticipate it being an issue moving him back to left guard full time after him coming off of playing right guard. I don't, and I would still feel the same if it was James Daniels. The big thing that I say in terms of who you move, number one, who is it going to affect the most if you move, or affect the least amount of people by making that move. And then number 2 is who gets paid more. If James Daniels is getting paid more than Isaac and James want to play right, James going to play right. The same way TJ Watt, he's getting paid like he rushes on the right-hand side. Instead, he's like, I want to rush on the left. When you TJ Watt, you rush on the side you want to rush on. So that's the thing with James Daniels right now. I think that he going to be that right guard. Yeah, until he decided he don't want to be that right guard. But either way, we got a really good group, though.
Joseph Jacobs has joined the upper room.
Oh, I shouted him. I got both of them.
I did.
Yep.
Steve Dadig. This is my cousin.
Shout out to Steve.
He says Tomlin will lean Smith and Jigba for his Pittsburgh pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
His brother is on the Pirates.
So we got action either way. So we could go Smith and Jigba for the bloodline, or we can go Addison for the Pitt storyline. Either way, we good, though.
The Addison Pitt storyline has to overrule.
Over a brother bloodline?
Yeah, especially with KP8 as his QB, though.
Okay.
It's got to overrule.
Okay.
Yeah, I did check. His brother is Kanan Smith and Jigba, and I guess he's doing pretty well in spring training right now.
I could just see the resurgence. You know, that'd be a story. That'd be a headline, bro. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. The brothers bringing championships back to Pittsburgh. The bloodlines are what the black and gold needed.
I don't know if the baseball players
is going to do that.
I think it's going to be more O'Neal Cruz than him.
But he'll still be in the conversation.
I could see like Jackson Smith and Jigba doing some stuff in the slot for us, though, for sure.
Fair.
He could have some impact. I don't know if the baseball players doing it like that.
Yeah, Jackson. We already said, man, Smith and Jigba versus Deontay versus Jordan Addison. You're not going to go wrong either way. Both of these dudes are very talented. Both of these dudes bring certain things. We talked about like some of the little differences, but I think we're going to be splitting hairs with those dudes. So, yeah, man, I ain't tripping one way or the other.
Right. What's the edge now, though, with my cousin bringing up the Pittsburgh ties to the Pirates? I don't think you can rely on Pirates ties.
It's an actual bloodline, though. A bloodline, because what does Coach T always say he love? I want bloodlines.
That's baseball, though.
But it's still professional. It's still a certain level of detail that has to go into your work to accomplish that.
I would like to think the Pitt connection and the Kenny Pickett connection overrides that a little bit more.
But what happens
if it was
Kenny
just a random?
Gone, though?
Here's what I will say: if it was just a random draft and Addison wasn't in it, and it was
then
Smith and Jigba, I do think he has a little bit more of an edge over the other receivers.
Fair enough.
I would agree. I definitely agree on that.
Fair enough. I like it though.
Stephon Bell. If not this episode, I need a story time how Moats met Deke. My schedule's switched up, so I haven't caught it live in a minute, but have been listening via podcast. Love the show. Keep it going.
Hey, shout out to you, Steven. And whenever you do tap back onto the YouTube channel, man, just type in Moats and Deke meet. We actually do have a little video up, man, where we talked about it. It was like one of those perfect ones where we really, really went in depth, and the story was actually like dope. And we captured it. So we don't want to like redo it and mess it up. So that's why we have it available though. It's up there though. Definitely check that out, man.
Gorilla Mode. Ooh, might need to look this up. Edmonds getting lowballed? ? Looks like he's sending subliminal shots on Twitter.
I'm still in the process of getting my access back. It is going really well though. Shout out to the Steelers, man. They've been really like pivotal in getting the ball rolling and expedited. But yeah, I'm still flying blind, so to speak, man. So what did Edmonds say?
These look like Deontay tweets.
Oh Lord.
It's only one. It's only
Lord.
one. It's not tweets.
Lord.
Here's what it says. Keep it, playa. What do you think?
Maybe he's pushing P. Maybe he's keeping a player like that. Or maybe he's saying, yeah, y'all can keep that little deal. That little money. Y'all keep
You want to hear reactions? David Banter, keep it Pittsburgh. Be more Ike Taylor, less Steven Nelson. Black and Gold saying, we love you in the Berg, bro. Hope you stay. Big Cat, he can't give himself a contract, people. How do we know that's happened yet? Thiago Fernandez, when you sign him back to the Steelers? Paris 95, get this man a contract.
He a rapper. Maybe he's dropping a lyric. You ever thought about that? You know what I'm saying?
I'm seeing a lot of positive.
I do like the positivity though, man.
Don't leave, bro. Please resign. Please stay.
Yeah, I know I want Edmonds back.
I do too.
Yeah.
Let's run this thing back. You coming back to the Bears? Yeah, it seems like people have come to their senses with Edmonds.
Yeah,
He's a good player.
Want him back, man. I definitely want him back. Good dude, man.
Be very smart for us to resign him. I do wonder.
He going to Chicago.
Well, I forget what show I was listening to today. The safety market was brought up.
Yeah.
Gardner Johnson signing for 8.
I
That
did
can't
see
that can't be helping out Edmonds right now.
I did see that. I thought he was getting 10. I did see that. Yeah.
And I don't know if they signed between whenever I saw. I think it might have been Coward. John Johnson. There was like 5 or 6 safeties he was naming. That decent names, just good solid safeties. I know we value Edmonds here, but I don't know if teams around the league. They probably have Edmonds in that class, but what I'm saying is there's a surplus of them out there. And if you're seeing the best one available right now, getting like $8 million.
That's tough. Yeah.
Plus, with us already signing Casey, having that locked up, I wonder. I mean, he's worth, in my opinion, like 4 or 5.
Yeah, but
maybe we get him for 3.
It might be cheaper. That's what I'm saying.
I think Casey got 3 whenever I was looking at his deal. Got around 3. Maybe that's it.
But if you're Edmonds, do you want more than Casey?
He deserves more for what he's done here in Pittsburgh. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
I could see how the Steelers are saying, though.
I don't need to pay you that now.
Hey, we've been looking for some more splash. Casey gave it to us in limited time last year.
Yeah. If I'm Edmonds, my response is, man, he don't tackle like me.
I agree. I mean, that's one of the things. He
Period, man.
Averaged 80 tackles for his 5 seasons here in Pittsburgh. Only missed like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah,
Mr. Reliable.
I'm like, man.
I like Edmonds.
It's the reason we want that consistency, man. Like, it don't always have to be sexy. Consistency matters, though, bro. Yeah.
So maybe if they want to have Edmonds feeling good, they give him a little bit more than Casey.
Yeah.
Maybe you give him 4. But I think that's a good deal for Pittsburgh, too.
I think so as well.
He's a nice compliment to make up. Now you don't have to worry about drafting an athletic linebacker early on. You could do some of that. Edmonds box. Yeah, Edmonds box, Edmonds dime linebacker. Yeah. I want Edmonds back. I wonder how much this is going to be like last year, where it just keeps going on
until he came back when like the super cheap.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Tito Whitaker has gifted an Arthur Moats membership.
Shout out
to Phantom TV.
Shout out to Tito Whitaker for paying it forward, but then also big time shout out to Phantom TV and welcome to the upper room. Yes indeed, yes indeed. And no, Tito, we do greatly appreciate you though paying it forward, man. Salute you.
G-Man 39, Kevin Byard may be released. Pair him with Mink.
Well, yeah, that's a high end option though. That's gonna cost a little bit. Because he said he was not taking a pay cut because he felt his play did not warrant a pay cut. And I would agree. Kevin Byard's a ball hawk, been doing this for a long time and never gets the national respect. But for the football guys, oh, no, you respect the heck out of Kevin. Kevin, nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if paying him a lot makes sense, though.
Yeah, because he was getting 6 right
Plus,
now.
with us already signing Casey.
He's getting 6, and they wanted him to take a pay cut out there, so he's not going to be looking for anything less than 6. Yeah.
Crystal Pravat. Besides Naj and Pat, the 21 draft is officially a bust.
Oh, no, Crystal, don't you do that to us, Crystal. Don't you do that. Does she got a point, though?
Okay, what were the remaining picks? Green,
Moore was at 4. Who was in the 5th?
I will find it.
I was about to say, if you pull it or I'll pull it. All right.
I got it.
Dang, Crystal, why you had to do that, Crystal? Don't you do that to that 21 draft?
Dan Moore in the 4th is an amazing pick, actually.
Okay.
For a 4th-round pick, we got value out of him.
Yeah. You trying to replace him in 2 years, though, right?
I'm just saying,
no,
for him to start, your 4th-round pick started how many games?
No, I'm with you on that, man.
Improved. I mean, yeah, he could have been better.
2021, right?
Why am I in? Wait, this is 2020. I'm sorry. Wait, should we look at the 2020?
2021.
That one has Claypool, McFarland.
It's got Highsmith. Just chill. Highsmith's in there, man.
Not a bust at all.
Yeah.
Great pick.
3rd round value, too.
Buddy Johnson in the 4th. Yeah. Loudermilk in the 5th.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I don't know. Quincy Roche in the 6th.
Like Loudermilk.
Trey Norwood in the 7th. Presley Harvin in the 7th. That's not a bad draft.
That's cool.
It's all about your expectations and what you're looking for out of your 7th-round picks. Like Norwood, the play he gave us his rookie year was pretty good.
Yeah.
He didn't really get much out on the field last year.
Pressman, the starting punter.
Yeah, I thought Presley Harvin was pretty good last year. He had like 1 or 2 punts that were terrible, but outside that, he was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We got Quincy Roche back. He's your 6th round pick. It's just like once you get past the 3rd or 4th,
Yeah.
you're just. I
think
mean,
it's one of
those
them
dudes have
things-
just as good of a chance as like undrafted guys making the team. And,
yeah,
and that's how Jameer Jones made. Like
check
Jameer
it out,
Jones
though.
played better
like
in
this,
preseason
though.
than Quincy.
Like, we'll make the case from a positive standpoint because we're talking about Steelers. But if that was another team and we looking at third, we ain't feeling all that. I mean, it was still straight though. Also depend on how people view Najee. That's another part of it.
Right.
It was good. I wouldn't call it a bust though. Or yeah, I wouldn't say it was a bust. Nah. We still got starters out of there though. We got what 4 starters out of there then essentially. Yeah, 4 starters. Press, Dan, Pat, and Naj. So that you know what, we all right.
Like I said, 7th round pick Norwood. He played good his rookie year. Swiss Army knife.
Mm-hmm.
Roche's back. Loudermilk.
It would
Really
be-
haven't got much out of him.
It would be interesting though comparing 21's class to like some of the other classes that we've had in this last 5 years.
Yeah, I don't think it. I think our last one was the best. I just wonder if you stack 21 up compared to everyone else's 21, are we at least in the top half? That's my thing. Because last year, I mean, going off that standard, we were a top 5 draft. Remember, we were comparing it to the rest of the league.
Yeah.
So I mean, we got Najee and Freiermuth.
Yeah.
And then Dan Moore starting left tackle. I don't know. Yeah, comparing it, I bet you we're in the teens. Like if
We
you
should
compare
be.
it to other people's 2021 drafts.
To me, Najee is gonna dictate how high up or how like low we are, depending on how people view him because of his style. We talked about it's not like the most sexiest.
Not even that, just taking a running back. How do you value taking a running
it's
back?
a lot of it. Yeah. But what I was saying was more so how this season went for him. How it was points in time this season where people weren't all fond of his play.
Right.
Or even his employment status with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
So it's just like to go from there at one point this season to now, it's like, oh, nah, man, we got Nas. This is great. It's like at one point in time, a lot of Steel Nation was trying to trade this man this year or make Jalen Warren the full-time guy. So that's all. And that's your 1st round pick.
Let's go, UW. What about JC? He's played guard and center. Not a bad option. Yeah, bring him back.
Yeah, he's the one we said he's still unrestricted right now, so we could definitely bring him back. He wouldn't be too expensive, but it's more so just got to see what he does in terms of where he signs at, if he wants to come back or not. But nah, JC, good. I like JC. Y'all know that.
Fish momentum. Win the Super Bowl for my dad.
There it is.
Hashtag Jack Maurice Myers Jr.
You heard him. Let's go.
Next. Sean McCartney. There's no left tackle in the 1st round that I feel confident in. Maybe Paris Johnson, but I'd rather sign a left tackle or draft left tackle in the 2nd or later.
Well, that was kind of what we was alluding to when he was asking, like, you could take one of them dudes and Dan Moore is still starting week 1 versus spending a little bit of money in free agency. Like, how would you feel about it either way if Dan were to still be the starter?
A little late in the game for free agency.
Well, now it is. But we've been in it, though. We've been trying.
Yeah, for the I'm talking about like the bona fide starter upgrade. Because, missing out on Orlando Brown.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, because that was literally, like, was that Thursday or Friday, whenever that happened? So it was like, at least we were still in it.
Yeah.
Up until that point.
No, I appreciate
now,
it.
Yeah, now I don't know.
Appreciate the effort.
Yeah, outside of, like we talked about, Luan or Isaiah Wynn, but even with those dudes from there on, it gets more and more, can you overlook that? Can you overlook this? So,
Jameel Wilson, my pops and sister met you at a JMU game a couple months back and got a pick. He
Let's go.
officiates and was the red hat.
facts!
Super jealous.
Swear. Yeah,
Next time,
man.
go Hokies.
Yo, he did say that. Yeah, man. I did run into your pops, man. Shout out to him. Yeah, I saw him before the game. It was all love. We're doing some of the like pre-show meetings and stuff like that. Called oh my god, it was whatever that last game was. I called. Was it Middle Tennessee? No, Georgia State. Excuse me. It was Georgia State. Yeah, that's who they were playing against, man. But now it was dope, man. Actually, they put up on me in the parking lot. I was going to get my car, and I was like, you know what, man? Let's get this pick, bro. Nah, salute you, man. Hey, let's go. Tell your pops said what's up too, man.
Let's go, UW. We have a new coach the Steelers have promoted, Denzel Martin, outside linebacker sketch.
Love it. Shout out to Denzel, man. Heck of a dude. Got his homegrown, been growing within the organization. Just excited for him, man. This dude, sharp as heck, man. Puts the time in. Hard as heck in terms of just his work ethic, his attention to detail. Good in terms of how guys respond to him, how he communicates with the guys. Like you said, man, he's been around for a while, man. And yeah, even when you look at him last year, spending some time in training camp, man, just seeing how the guys, TJ Watt, a Cam Hayward interacts with Denzel. Like, that's Denzel. I mean, I feel even around, he's been here since 15? I think he been 15, 14? No, he was 15, 16 time frame when he came here, if I remember correctly. Because it was my, I think, second year. But yeah, man, Denzel, man, he's a good dude though, man. I like Denzel. Yeah, definitely like the move, man. I think it'll definitely help in terms of, we already have out there, but he's already familiar with those guys. He's already been working with those guys a lot. So yeah, man, definitely like the move though.
We also stole a Ravens coach.
I did see that as well, man.
That's nice.
I definitely saw that. Never hurts to take something from the opposition, man, and to just, see what we got over there, man. A little pros and cons, man. What was they teaching you over there? How was you learning that? Now learn it the right way, all right? Because they imitation.
Austin Uku, just giving us some support.
Shout out to Austin Uku. Let's get it.
Jamil Wilson says, put a $100 free bet on FDU over Purdue. Easy 1,500.
Hit a lick. Let's go. Let's go.
Good for him.
Nah, man. This March Madness has been pretty fun, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah.
Could be better.
If I'd have asked you this on Saturday, it would have been great. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
a lot
were
of
part of it. You were a part of it on Saturday, man.
Yeah, there were a lot of upsets going on.
Yeah, Sunday definitely. You right. I apologize. I didn't mean to bring that back up. Sunday definitely put a damper on it. See, my mama left and Pitt lost. I was like, bro, I'm down bad. Yeah.
Yeah, we tried keeping that black and gold jersey going.
Yeah, man. Because Pitt hooked me up on my birthday, hooked me up to start my weekend off. Like, I was good.
Did you bet on them?
Nah, but remember that they was winning for me. I was feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm not a big bettor when it comes to March Madness because it's just too crazy. I hate the single elimination. Anything can happen. A dude gets cold. It's like, bruh, he slept wrong. You see what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just, that's March Madness though. Like, we get why the tournament's so excited because anything can happen. But I prefer series, but that's ultimately, like, when you think about just, the reason I like series is because the best team for certain is going to average out. But this is exciting in the sense that anybody can win, kind of like the NFL's playoff model. You can get a wild card team, get hot, and just go. Would that happen if they're playing a series, though? You don't, that's some of the stuff that comes into it, but different sports also. But shout out to them dudes in March Madness, though, right now, man. You survived that first week, bro. God, dog.
Yeah. Sweet 16. 1 of 16. Steen and Bowie haven't been on a live in a while. I hope y'all stay blessed.
Hey, likewise.
Also, if we take a tackle at 17, would you rather get a CB or Jordan Addison at 32?
If we went tackle at 17, I wouldn't hate Jordan Addison at 32, but I would prefer corner. But it would also depend on who it is. If my, who's available to me at 32? Because I'm thinking in my mind, trying to think, was it Ringo, Cam Smith potentially? Who else you thinking at 32?
Banks.
Yeah. Deontay Banks is another one of those guys. Forbes.
Yeah.
But I say he'll probably be around 32.
Some of those guys could be available at the second round.
Right. Because I'm thinking of their value at 32 versus with Jordan Addison at 32 versus those guys we just named, those four corners at 49 potentially. Versus at 32. Like, would I still be fine getting one of them dudes at 49 if I still got Jordan at 32 and I already got my tackle at 17? I'm happy with that personally. Like, I'll be good. Yeah.
That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to take one of them before I just listed at 32 and I miss out on Jordan. And one of them dudes are still sitting there at 49. I would be a little upset. Like, we kind of overreached right here. Yeah.
Yep. Same exact strategy.
Yeah.
Carlos.
Hey, shout out to, hold on. Damon Brown just reminded me. Damon Brown says, hit the like button. You right, man. We got to hit that like button, man. I forgot to say it. Hit the like button. Shout out to you, Damon. I appreciate when you remind me of that. All right. Salute you.
We got Carlos Rosado saying, Birds fan here. You got a good one in Samala.
Man, salute you, Carlos. And we do appreciate that feedback, man. You never know sometimes when we get signings, I'm always like, all right, is this going to be that we got hoodwinked? or are they people going to actually be
Well, that's what
supportive of
Steelers
this?
fans are saying to Seattle. right now.
Exactly, because I think of that, I'm like, they got you. He got you. We got you. You know, I think of that. But this made me wonder sometimes, like,
We were saying that to Bears fans as well during the
Yeah.
midseason trade.
but were they not accurate? That's with all due respect, but to an extent, yeah. So it is really good to know that though, Carlos, man. I do like that, and I will say the tape does back up your stance on that too, man. So salute you though, man. Appreciate it.
Low rush, left tackle needs to be the first pick. You can't make these moves and keep Dan as Pickett's blind side with Pickett and his concussion issues. Pickett needs elite protection, and this benefits the run game greatly. What are you going to say?
I didn't know we was calling concussion issues. I mean, I guess.
Oh, I thought you were going to point out Dan Moore didn't let up the concussion tackles.
Chill. It wasn't him. We know who it was on both times, actually. We've upgraded that with 8 mil and 4 mil. Don't worry, okay? Don't worry. But in all seriousness, though, I mean, that's the part that kind of caught me up. I was like, dang, he got concussion issues? But I was like, I guess so. But,
I'd say Tua has concussion issues.
because Tua had 3 and Kenny had 2.
Well, and Kenny's compared to Tua's. Like,
We can't do that now.
Like, let's just...
We
come
can't
on.
do that now. It's not. Have you been a little pregnant or are you pregnant?
Come on, though.
Are you
I mean-
are you a little pregnant?
Pickett only missed 1 week out of those 2 concussions.
He still has had 2 concussions.
I get it. Let's not take it lightly, but I do think there's a difference.
I just didn't know there was a little concussed versus a lot of concussed. That's all. I don't know. I just look at it as concussion is concussion.
Severity. We could say severity. Because certain concussions, like Crosby, the 1 concussion, it kept him out the whole year. But then there could be some concussions you're only out like a week.
I just ain't no concussion expert. That's all my thing. I'm with you, though. I hope it is nothing.
Either way, we don't want Kenny to get any more concussions.
Yeah, that's my
Pretty
whole
simple.
thing. I'm like, 2 in the season is still a lot. Like 1 in the season is a lot. Like you don't want to get a concussion. That's what I do.
Yeah, Muth had 2.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like we should be,
All right.
Yeah, we should be
Yeah.
cognizant of that because then he got one in
Yes.
his rookie season too.
Yes, he has 3 and 2 seasons. Kenny's 1 away from having 3 and 2 seasons. Yeah.
So getting rid of Dan Moore solves it.
For both of them.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. You bring in a left tackle. I mean, I don't.
It ain't the end of the like Dan wasn't the corporate, so we're good.
No, but not even that. It's just like, all right, bring in a left tackle. What like, if we draft one, we sign a dude and have him compete. Whatever. Like it's gonna happen. We're gonna have. We literally don't have a spot behind Dan Moore on the depth chart. It's just okay. To what degree do we bring him in? Or I guess like what skill level is the guy gonna be? Is he gonna be a clear upgrade? And like I said, it might be too little, too late at this point to get the skill level upgrade in free agency, just with the guys that are left.
Yeah.
I guess you could do that in the draft, and it just depends on who you draft and where, though. Skoronski, yeah, probably. You just have him be the starter. But outside of him, I mean, if you bring in a Broderick Jones, you're probably still having him compete.
That's my whole thing. I'm just like, yes, these are nice tackles coming out in the draft, but as we talked about, are they clear-cut upgrades outside of Skoronski? I don't personally feel like they are just yet. I think that they have a higher upside, and I think they bring more to the table. But Dan Moore started 2 seasons at left tackle in the NFL, man. That is not something that you just balk at. That's not something that just happens. Kendrick Green, he started that first season, right? And it was like, man, is this just like what it is? You just got to accept it? Nah, he never dressed again. So there isn't even a guarantee that they even keep you after starting all that. So for Dan, them back-to-back seasons starts is legitimate.
And he's improved.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so like it really isn't a guarantee that Broderick, Paris, or Anton comes in here and beats him out and is the week 1 starter. I think
he's going into year 3.
Yeah,
that's
something. Tough, bro. Absolutely, and you're at a very, very challenging position, left tackle. You're facing the $100 million pass rushers, typically.
Yeah, Sean McCartney, poetic justice for a guy whose rap name is Real Money. I don't mind keeping Edmonds, but we don't need him.
Well, we never said that we needed him. We just said that we want him. We have a strong desire to retain his services. And we think that when you talk about availability, it does matter. Casey was dope in terms of creating turnovers, but there were two very different differences between Casey and in Edmonds. And that big thing was availability. Now for Casey, it was because of two things, right? Injury and obviously the suspension that took place while he was hurt. But that's still time that he was missing. Whereas for Edmonds, man, we can count on our hand how many times Edmonds ain't been out there in that lineup. Like, that does matter. It definitely does, man. So, like I said, not a need, but we just really appreciate what he does and what he brings to this defense, and also what impact it has on Minka. And I'm already thinking to myself, man, I'm gone from Cam. I don't have Cam Sutton anymore. Now I'm going to take away Edmonds as well. Those are two big pieces that have been really impactful in terms of allowing Minka to just be who he is. I'm thinking of that also. So that's also, like I said, why it's not a need, but just a really strong want.
What's wrong with Real Money is a rap name.
I kind of like Real Money. You got to have money in it, or low in it, or young, something like that. Yeah. What? Young Deke, Lil Moats.
Young Row.
You know what I'm saying?
Young Row could have been cool.
Yeah. Deke Money. Money Moats Money, like something. Yeah.
D Money. You know what? D Money was one of my nicknames freshman year in high school.
That's my son nickname, G Money. One of his nicknames, G Money. Yeah.
Tyron has joined the upper room.
Shout out to Tyron and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Google East, who had a better IG live performance, AB or Jaw?
Hey, bro, y'all wildin', man. Y'all wildin'. AB's IG performances are elite, though. I will say that, man. I like I said, I'm just scared. I feel like I'm gonna get indicted if I watch any of his stuff. I'm like, nope. You will not see my name pop up on the live if I can help it. And if it does, it was by accident. I'm briefly cut. I might turn my whole phone off if I click on the back. Just throw the phone. Just get it out of here, man. I ain't do it. It wasn't me. That's how AB make me feel when I look at his lives, bro. Or it just pop up. AB live. Get off IG right now. Get off right now. Just get off the whole app.
I could see it.
Yeah, bro.
Little Rush. Let Edmonds go. He's not worth more than Casey. Edmonds is a liability against the pass. Edmonds' tackling isn't better than Casey's playmaking.
I think that's debatable personally. Playmaking is just sexier. So it gets talked about more. But in terms of play in and play out, that tackling that Edmonds brings, nah, you need that.
I think Edmonds has improved in coverage.
He has.
Over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember him getting burnt by A.J. Brown last year.
Nope. In fact, he was the one that stopped it. Low key.
Yeah, him and James
Him and
Pierre
your boy,
in the second
yeah.
half.
Yep.
He's a guy we still need to re-sign too, I think. Bring him back on like a mill or two. Well, we still have a Kello, so maybe not. I don't know. We have a Kello still. What are we going to do with the Kello?
Maybe a Kello becomes your fourth. That's a lot of money for the fourth, though. I'm with you, bro. I am with you. That is a lot for the fourth. But it could be the starter, though, if it beats out of... Because it was starting opposite Levi. I mean, it was supposed to be starting over Levi. It just got hurt.
Right.
Because Levi was the odd man out initially. He was the third dude.
Right. They were playing Levi. You know, it was probably a decent amount, though, early on.
No, Levi was
They
playing.
had a rotation.
Yeah, Levi was definitely
Sutton.
playing. But it was Sutton and Akello were the main, and then when Sutton would bump in,
yeah, Witherspoon
Levi
was covering
right.
Demari Coopers. He was covering those guys early on.
So that's the part where it very well could be that they want to keep him and have Levi as that third corner, essentially.
I'll be intrigued. Yeah, maybe they're really hanging their hat on 2021 and what Akello did there.
And he's still cheap.
Yeah, it's not
still
bad.
cheap.
It's not bad. Mike Hood. Hey, Moats and Deke, what about Osiris Torrance, left guard from Florida? Have you seen tape? Piece 12. No more guards. We're done.
I like Osiris a lot. Definitely don't think here now that we have brought in Nate Herbig and Isaac Seumalo. But no, I like Osiris. I like Osiris a lot, though. He could pass block, run block, really, really good size on him. Played well even against Jalen Carter with Georgia. I'm a fan of his game. It's another team, though, I think he could really, go to and have a lot of success and really help their situation out. So, Pittsburgh is good on Osiris. Yeah, we'll need that over here.
No more guards.
Yeah. But I got a home for him if he needs a home. Just know.
J Skills 23 giving us some support. Actually, his first super chat.
Word?
There's balloons and number one.
Shout out to that. I've actually never seen that, man. Shout out to J Skills 23 on your first super chat. It's nothing like the first time, baby. Nothing like the first time. We glad to be there with you, though, man. So salute you.
Colton Troy Fu, the more I watch Ika, the more I want us to get him. He reminds me of Hampton, but can move better. The way he moves, guys, he looked like he can 45 bench reps.
Hey, I like Colton. I mean, I like excuse me, Siaki. He's just not for everybody. Some people want him to play 100% of the snaps at 100% effort, pass play, air run play. That is not him. He is a run defender, a nose tackle to the truest sense. You don't want him playing a ton of plays. You want him to play like a normal nose tackle plays, 35% of the snaps. He does that. I think everybody in Steeler Nation loves him. You start playing on 50%, 60% of the time, yeah, you're going to have some bad plays up there where it's not necessarily him getting beat, just him being lazy. But it's because he's a very, very large man. So you just got to know what you're getting, but also what are you asking of him? And I think as long as we know what we're asking of him, I love him, man. In terms of the true nose guard, he's the best one in his class to me. Yeah.
I feel like we would utilize him correctly, especially with us
I think
signing
so too.
Ogunjobi.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to. Yeah. He would essentially take on Tyson's role when Tyson first signed here 3 years ago? Might have been longer than that now.
And he should be a better version.
I would also agree. Mm-hmm.
Let's go UW. Charleston Rambo showing out again in the XFL. He'd be a good slot return guy for us.
Nah, man, we like Charleston, man. When he was coming out of Miami, we looked at him, 6th, 7th round guy potentially. Yeah, he's definitely having some success in the XFL though, man. The consistency has shown up a lot more. Yeah, I like his game, man. We'll see. We'll definitely see, man. Like I said, we're gonna have to get one of these XFL dudes on real quick too, man. Give us a little behind the scenes of how it's going on for them folks.
Samurai Finn, 0% chance Baltimore lets Addison get to 32.
I mean, you would think that, but maybe they go Jackson Smith and Jigba instead. Because they do that, then Addison probably is there. Never know.
Yeah, I don't know if we could predict Ravens going receiver.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're going to do?
They might go quarterback.
Well, I'm seeing some stuff. Patriots are a dark horse for Lamar.
Mm-mm.
Maybe they'll get Lamar for max swap.
Well, because that's what Belichick wants. He wants that type of quarterback. That's why he brought in Cam. Yeah, he loves that. He wants that at quarterback. Yeah. He tried to get it with Cam, but Cam was a little bit too banged up at that stage.
I could see
But
it.
that's what he wants, though.
I could absolutely see it.
But he's talked
I think
about
they
it.
should.
Yeah, he's talked about it. He's like, I love like what that does to a defense. He knows what it does to a defense. That's why dudes that have played against that know what that is. It's like, bro, that's a headache, man. Like,
Yeah, if you could move on from Mac and get Lamar, if I was Belichick, I would do that.
yeah.
Tyron is giving us some support in the Super Chat. First one as well.
Shout out to that first time, Tyron. Shout out to that first time, baby. We appreciate you from the heart. Ooh, and we only got a couple left, and then it's mock draft time. We got to vet some of these fam mocks today. I'm excited, baby.
Sean McCartney, do you actually need Edmonds tackling when you finally got inside linebackers that can actually tackle? Rather have a strong safety that can cover than have inside linebackers cover a receiver.
I mean, that's cool. The way it works is this. If you put a guy out there that is designed to cover, offenses make him tackle. If you put a guy out there that's designed to tackle, offenses are going to make him cover. Every defense, you have to have a safety. Your safety, a lot of time, well, I can tell you firsthand in Pittsburgh's defense, the safety is where we funnel all of our plays to. So, yeah, even with dope inside linebackers, our defenses are designed to spill it to the safety, the free safety. Or not the free safety, but the free, like the safety that is the free player that's typically walked down, which in our defense, majority of the times is Edmonds. So, yeah, I know y'all like to minimize the tackling part for Edmonds. I get it. And I know y'all want to substitute PBU or – because Casey had, what, 3 picks?
He had 2.
2 picks. I know you want to substitute 2 picks over all of the tackling stuff like that. I get it. But there is a difference. It's a distinct difference. So I personally don't make that trade-off. Nah, like I said, man, I'm an Edmonds dude because of the tackling, because that's what keeps you in play in and play out. Bad safety tackling kills your defense. You got you a safety that can tackle really good. That's all.
Hannibal 090, peace and blessings, Moats, Deke, in the chat. I'm super late. Blame it on all my weekend B-Day
Man,
festivities.
you better turn up.
But it's what you do with Monday.
Facts.
B-Days, it's Pisces way.
It is the Pisces way. You know what it is. I'm still celebrating. My birthday balloons are still up in this house. And I'm not taking them down anytime soon. Even though my white birthday coming up. But I told her I'm rocking my birthday balloons like she got to chill out. It's my birthday right now.
By the way, bring Edmonds back. He fits well with Minka.
No, he does, man. He does. Like I said, it's just a different style of player than Casey. Casey is going to give you more of the ball hawking, more of the ranginess. Whereas Edmonds is giving you physicality. He's giving you guaranteed short tackling. Like you said, you need both of them, though. Definitely need both of them. But I like it, though. I do. All right. So, Deke, are you ready, man? It's time to react to some of these mock drafts, man, because we didn't get a chance to react on Thursday because there was a lot going on with this free agency stuff, as always. But now, ladies and gents, it is time. So I do want to give y'all an update, man. We did update the website, arthurmoats.com. If you go to the community page, you'll see some of the mocks that are up there. Yule Young's featured up there. William Cecil that made it. Young Papi Benito has something up here. We got a ton of names, all right? Drew Miller, we actually might be getting to him in a little bit, all right? But definitely want to check those out, man, to see if you made the cut or not, all right? But with that being said, the first mock that we shall react to is from Whitaker. Shout out to Whitaker. All right. So with Whitaker, first round, 17th overall, he went with Joey Porter Jr. at 32. Anton Harrison at 49. Luke Musgrave, the tight end out of Oregon State. At third round, Garrett Williams, the corner from Syracuse. At 120, Michael Wilson, wide receiver from Stanford. First pick in the our first 7th round pick went with Muhammad Ibrahim, the running back out of Minnesota, and then to end it for us in the 7th, DJ Dale, the interior D lineman from Bama. Now with most of these names up here, we've already talked about them. When you're talking JPJ, we know JPJ really well. Very long corner, man, rangy. Really good ball skills in terms of PBUs. Not a lot of turnovers. We said 1 career pick. Anton Harrison, like him a lot. Big body dude from Oklahoma. Part of that group of the Skoronskis, the Paris Johnsons, the Broderick Jones type. I definitely like him, though, man. Luke Musgrave. You know y'all got me on my double tight end sets now. Double tight end sets. And Luke is definitely one of those dudes, man, that is athletic, man, that can definitely do some stuff in terms of route running and just ball in his hands. Garrett Williams coming off the ACL injury, but if it wasn't for that, this dude would be talked about a lot more in terms of draft stock and stuff like that. Michael Wilson, vertical receiver, man. Feast or famine. He's your 50-50 ball. Does a good job in terms of combat catching, back shoulder stuff. Also does a good job in terms of once he gets that ball in his hands, showing off some of that top end speed. Not necessarily elusive, make you miss quickly, but if he gets that ball and he gets north and south, think kind of like a Martavis. He can go. So I did like that about him. Thought he was a little bit limited with his route tree. Didn't see a ton of digs, in breaking stuff. It was, like I said, it was more so verts and stops, back shoulders. And he wasn't very explosive when I did see him running some of those in-breaking routes in terms of just getting in and out of his breaks. So separation at the NFL level could have some issues there, but he's a combat catch guy, so that's where he was living. And then with Mo Ibrahim, you know, smooth little running back, man, out of Minnesota. I low-key like this game, though. Good vision, good contact balance. Thought he had a decent burst, not like crazy. Like I didn't think it was like 4.2, 4.3 fast, but it was still decent. The contact balance and the vision really stood out to me the most, though. But I think he was a good player. Not a big dude either, though. That's the other part when I was looking at him. And then DJ Dale. DJ Dale is just massive. D tackle, nose tackle, like a short area quickness. Could play the 3 technique, the 1 technique, or nose tackle. Disruptive at times as a pass rusher. They used him in the games in terms of like pass rush stunts, but he was always the penetrator, always the first guy to go. Somebody else would loop behind him. So he's good there. Plays a little bit high at times. More of a rotational guy when he was at Bama. Like he still played a good amount, but he was the sub-in guy. He wasn't the starter. So that part. And then I just thought, like I said, technique, he could be a little more consistent, but that is probably why he was rotating versus being a full-time starter while he was down there. But yeah, I mean, in terms of this draft, corner, little tackle, tight end, another corner, wide receiver. Not the biggest fan of the running back move, but other than that, though, I ain't hating it. I like this though. I think it's got potential.
Him taking a running back
I just don't like the
has
running
me
back.
thinking. I mean, are we gonna take a running back? Maybe we don't bring back Snow.
Ooh,
McFarland. I guess
McFarland,
we
because
got
right now
McFarland.
it's McFarland, Warren, and Naj.
We might.
One for the practice squad.
Yeah, we might bring in
It
someone
was
with
weird.
competition for McFarland.
Muhammad Ibrahim was giving me like I just like yo, you like Jalen Warren to me, but I think Jalen's more explosive. I like Jalen a little bit better, but like I like his vision though. He's definitely a really put together running back. Yeah, I was a little surprised when I saw running back though.
Yeah, you wonder if he could play special teams. That's what I'm thinking. The tight end pick. Like the concept. I don't like the player.
Ooh, of the other ones, yeah.
For tight end too. And I'm assuming he would have been available in
Yep.
this PFF. Give me Darnell Washington.
I'm with you. Yep.
Because you're getting better blocking.
Yep.
And this Musgrave dude, he is athletic. There's just not much production from him, if I'm being honest. I don't know if he's as crisp a route runner as, like a dude like Michael Mayer, or even on Kincaid's level. And then he just doesn't give me splash after the ball. He's just getting tackled.
he
Like
does.
I'm not seeing Gronk type of just crazy. Even Muth, like that's why they were calling him Baby Muth.
Yeah.
At Penn State, dude would get the ball and just be running over people. Musgrave for his size, I'm just like I need a little more. I need a little more dog.
Yeah.
I just didn't see it. I like the concepts though here. I just don't know if I like the players. Like I don't like Wilson either as a receiver. Not much production at Stanford.
Yeah.
And you're right, just left more to be desired. He's making some really nice combat catches. Like you toss it up to him, he could high point it well.
Yeah.
But man, for the amount of time he's missed, and then
Seriously,
I don't even think he has over 500 yards on a season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, give me that Tank Dell dude over
Yeah.
him. But then the combination of Porter, Garrett Williams, I really love. They could be like your
Bro,
two franchise
what?
corners down the line.
That's a steal because we talked about with Garrett. We're like Garrett has first round talent.
Yeah,
He's just
Garrett
coming
could
off of
chill
injury
for this year a little bit. You got Peterson, and then your second round pick with Harrison.
Yeah.
Fine, have him come in, compete with Dan Moore. Maybe he could be a long term solution for you. So I like the concepts of this draft. I'd swap out some players though. I like the thought process.
Nah, shout out though. Yeah, I'm with you though, man. This is a good one. This is a good starter one right here. Shout out to Whitaker. All right, you ready to go to the next one then?
Yeah.
All right, let's tap in. This next one is from Rob Welton. Shout out to Rob Welton as well. So in the first round, he goes Paris Johnson Jr. 32 overall. He wins with Captain Jack. Shout out to Jack Campbell, inside linebacker out of Iowa. At 49, Darnell Washington, the tight end we were just talking about. Then at 80 in the third round, Garrett Williams. Oh, you cooking over here. He gave me Kobe Turner in the fourth, 120 overall out of Wake Forest. Then he spent the block in the seventh round, gave me Mo Ibrahim. I definitely like that version a lot better. And then also in the seventh round, went with the safety out of Iowa, Kavon Merriweather. Let me take a sip before we talk about this one because I low-key just got excited.
I like this one too. I like it better than the last one. I just feel like as I'm looking through both of these mocks, we're a free agent move or two away for like full clarification.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. The beauty is, though, we don't know when they're going to make the moves or if they're going to make the moves.
Yeah, it's almost like you need to send in a side note and say, like, oh, we pick up a free agent receiver.
Some people were like, hey, I sent in my draft before we did Isaac. And I was like, ah. It was like, you sub this guy out. I'm like, I see what you mean there. But in terms of Rob Welton, his draft, some of these players, man, when you talk Paris Johnson, Paris is viewed as either the number 2 or number 3 tackle prospect, so we get it. Jack Campbell, love his physicality, tested even better at the combines from an athletic perspective. I just wonder, do I still need? Well, I guess I do still need it though right now, because I lost 3. And only brought back 2. So yeah, Jack coming back or Jack getting drafted would work. Yeah, since I lost Spillane, Miles Jack, and Devin Bush, and I only brought in the Landon Roberts and Cole Holcomb. So, yeah, I mean, you're still keeping that three-headed monster element going. Darnell Washington, love that at 49. Garrett Williams at 80 overall, love that. Kobe Turner. Shout out to Kobe Turner, man. Kobe's just a little undersized. But you talk about a super explosive three technique who is getting off that ball with elite change of direction. That's Kobe, man. That is Kobe. Very, very consistent with his burst. This dude plays so hard too, man. Like, I like his game, man. Transferred from Richmond to Wake Forest. They said the big thing for me is just he's slightly undersized. He reminds me, he looks like Aaron Donald and Kalijah Cansey types, but those dudes are a little bit, or not a little bit, just more dominant versus the run versus the pass. Whereas when I look at Kobe, it flashes, but it's not there on a plan and plow basis, especially with him being as small as he is. But I like his game. Dang, I like how he plays the game, man. We obviously just talked about Ibrahim, the running back from Minnesota. And then Kavon Merriweather. Kavon was interesting to me. I like his instincts. I like his quicks a lot. I think when you're talking about him finding the alley and filling the alley versus some of the runs on the perimeter when you're out by the wide receivers and stuff, he finds the angle consistently. I do like that, and I think he's a short tackler. I did have some questions about his athleticism, though. Like, in terms of him having to play in space, some guys, to me, just watching him, I think he's more special teamer. And maybe you get out of a stadium in a 3 safety role or a package. I don't personally like him as, like, a guy that's going to be playing a lot out there. But to me, I do think he's, he gives you special teams value, though. I do like that with him.
Yeah, 7th round pick.
Yeah.
He's taking shots in the dark here.
Yeah. As Mark Jesse's, we're gonna be real versed in our 7th and 6th and our undrafted free agents. You know how we do.
What did you think of this, then?
I liked it more than last one.
I do, too. The thing for me is, if you're taking linebacker, I want one of the athletic guys at this point.
I'm with you.
After
I'm like, we got
already
3 thumpers. These are all 3 the same, man.
Now, would I be surprised if we just double down and take a Jack Campbell and combine him with the 2 dudes we already have? I wouldn't be surprised.
The most physical front 7. The most physical. Yeah.
I would want Trenton Simpson or Drew Sanders, though.
Yeah, I'm
with
with
taking linebacker. And I think both of them are typically available on these PFF mocks. Like the Darnell Washington pick, Garrett Williams.
Mm-hmm.
The question I have with Garrett Williams, though, what else are we doing at cornerback? Because I don't know if he's going to be available early on.
Yeah. Well, if you're keeping Akello.
I guess.
If you're keeping it, because he's still on the roster right now. It's not like we got to go spend it.
I guess.
Yeah. So as long as he's here, then Garrett is your 4th guy.
And it looks like Garrett could play some slot.
Mm-hmm. Garrett
Paris
nice,
Johnson.
bro. If Garrett's healthy, Garrett nice.
Paris Johnson, yeah, good player. That's your tackle pick. I'd be a little bummed. I want either Broderick or Skoronski.
Yeah, that's
in the first round.
Paris, man, after watching Paris struggle with some of that speed, that got me a little gunshot on him, man, because in the NFL, that's what we throwing. We want flamethrowers out there. Give me something that's going to make this thing go into the deep end of the pool with no life vest on. Yeah.
I like this one a little bit better than the last one.
Yeah. I'm just mad, man. I can't have Kobe. Man, I need Kobe to fit this 3-4. He does not fit this 3-4. Kobe is a 4-3 dude, but I love his game. Like, love his tape, man. I was watching him, man. I got lost watching his tape. I'm just like, I just watch this for all day. Like, he plays it right, plays it hard. Just undersized. It happens, man. It happens.
I like his game, too.
Yeah, definitely happens, though. All right, but shout out to Rob Welton. All right, and now for the final one that we're going to talk about today. Drewski. What up, Drew Miller? Holla at your boy, player. Now, this one, it's a little interesting. He goes Brian Branch, safety in the 1st, 17th overall. Cam.
Am I wrong, but does Trenton Simpson look like TG here?
In terms of his picture, he do, bro. It got the serious face. Question is he on that T-Mobile like TG is in this picture? He in college. He probably on that T-Mobile. He in college right now.
Hey, so not only that, there was a great comment from the last mock. Drew's Blues 2001 says, Jack Campbell looks like a retired Hall of Famer in that picture. Dang. True. He looked like he's 45.
He did look
and did
old,
about
bro.
13 years in the league.
And smoked about 40 packs of cigs. Yeah, he had that look on him, bro. He definitely had that look. What? See? Every time I look at these dudes, I'll be thinking of this. This is bad.
We're taking TG in round
this
2.
is bad, bro. All right, so Brian Branch was who we got in the first round, 17th overall. Cam Smith, 32nd overall, the corner out of South Carolina. TG, a.k.a. Trenton Simpson, the linebacker out of Clemson with the 49th overall selection. Went with Nathaniel, a.k.a. Tank Dale, the wide receiver out of Houston in the 3rd. Isaiah McGuire, the DN from or edge rusher out of Missouri. I like his game too, man. 4th rounder, 128th overall. My quarterback. Remember when we talked about who's our like the dark horse or the unsung guy, and I was like, Stetson's my guy. I just claiming him. Stetson. Okay. All right. So we did draft Stetson. Stetson Bennett, shout out to that. All right. So I instantly love this draft because Stetson Bennett's in the draft. Okay. And then I actually like this flyer a lot. Brenton Strange in the 7th, the tight end out of Penn State. All right.
Yeah, I don't mind that either.
Yeah, let's talk about it. All right, so Brian Branch, we know Brian Branch, man, athletic, versatile. We said he's essentially the Tyrann Mathieu of this class at safety. Love pairing that with Minka. I don't know how I like it now that we have Casey back because I do feel like there's some similarities there. But Brian Branch is a heck of a player, man. Cam Smith, when I talked about him, man, he reminds me of Cam Sutton. Extremely smart player, man. Could play inside, could play outside. Was going to tackle you. Checks off a ton of boxes. Was a very productive player, too, down there at South Carolina. Excuse me. So, yeah, definitely like him. Yeah, I like his tape, bro. I definitely like him. And then Trenton Simpson, we talked about him, man. Super rangy, athletic, off-ball linebacker. Little undersized, but you can see how he moves. And obviously we know that the Steelers have been linked to him, whether it was the combine meetings and then pro day showing up in meetings as well. So whenever you get those two correlations, antennas definitely go up. So he's certainly on the radar. Nathaniel Dell, a.k.a. Tank. Love this dude. The speedy receiver, creates separation and has run after. Yeah. I like him a lot. Isaiah McGuire. Isaiah is a big body, long DN. He truly he's a 4-3 DN guy. Really reminds me of, I don't know if you know this dude, Cliff Averill, played with Seattle Seahawks. He puts me in mind of him, man, in terms of how he rushes the passer. Explosive out his stance, could bend well. I personally think that he's too big to play in our defense in terms of standing him up and having him doing some of the drop-in stuff. If we designated a rusher and a coverage linebacker, I would love him here because of the size. He plays with the heavy hands. He can win rushing outside or inside, but not a speed rush guy. He wins with the outside hand knockdown, or he has a smooth inside rush that he does. But I just don't think he fits a 3-4 like that, where he's gonna have to drop like how we do.
That was my big takeaway with him. Smooth.
Yeah, I like his game though, bro. I definitely like his game. Stetson Bennett, come on, man. This is Mr. National Champion. This is Mr. Turn Up Culture. This is Mr. Do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? That he was underrated, and then he had to overcome the odds, and then he did what he's supposed to have done, and he lit it up at the combine too. Since I know TG always bring up AR-15 and what he did at the combine. Stetson had a dope combine too. Nobody let's talk about Stetson's combine. Stetson was all right. So I definitely like that. But Brenton Strange, I like this flyer.
Pairing back with Muth.
Man, big upside in terms of receiving ability, run out the catch ability. He give me Darren Waller vibes, low key. He just, the blocking got to improve. That definitely has to improve. But in terms of like what he's capable of, like his ceiling, I think he has a really high ceiling in terms of just like his ability to create separation, his ability to combat catch. It was weird that when I watched him at Penn State, some of the games I was watching of him, they rarely would have him inline tight end. It was usually he's out in the slot or he's off ball. He was the move guy. But it's weird because of how big he is. He looks like he's supposed to be like a Gentry type. Put him on the point.
Right.
So with that, you love the upside of could he develop into a blocker, but
we need a blocker now.
Yeah, we need a blocker. And that's why I like Darnell Washington more. I think Brenton is a better route runner than Darnell Washington, but what Darnell brings in terms of his receiving with his elite level blocking, to me, I would much rather go that route if I'm going big body dudes like that. But Brenton, though, man, he has upside, though. Like I said,
for a
because the
seventh
receiving
rounder
ability.
versus Darnell, you're taking second round potentially.
Yeah.
Now.
And that's the big difference. One, you don't have these questions. Brenton, I'm watching him on tape and I'm saying to myself, I love the route running. That's cool. But at the NFL, somebody going to put hands on that man. And that's where he's going to have to respond. And how does he answer that? That was my big question with him. How well is his blocking and how physical is this guy going to be in that vein? Because I don't think he's as dynamic like a Kyle Pitts where you could just say you're exclusively the sexy tight end that's going to run routes. I don't think that he does it to that level just yet. So if you're not, you're going to have to be able to do some of this dirty work.
For sure.
Yeah, that's just the part. I don't know if you're going to want that.
Yeah, it could be worth a flyer late, though.
Yeah.
Man, I weirdly like this one.
I low-key do, too.
Put Brian Branch in the slot.
This too, bro. I like this one. I like this one.
Have Cam Smith develop
I
under
like this
Peterson.
one. I like this one.
Trenton Simpson is your third inside linebacker.
You got Tank Dell, bro.
Yeah.
We got Tank and Stetson been in the same draft. You like Tank. I like Stetson.
I need the side note of we address left tackle somehow, somewhere in free agency and bring in a Dan Moore competition guy. That's really it.
I like this. Though,
that's the only thing that's glaringly missing compared to most of these other mocks is just left tackle.
And you can make a case Tank at 80 overall versus Tank or Nathaniel Dell at 120. I think you can make a case there. But if you like him,
I think if the Steelers are taking him,
if you like him, you get him.
Any of these middle, whatever receiver we're taking, any of these middle rounds, let's just not question it.
Yeah, if you like him,
whoever
go get him.
it is.
Yeah, if you like him, go get him, man.
It's gonna probably be good.
Yeah, and we like the correlation to Nathaniel Dell to Calvin Austin because Calvin was a speedy receiver, but we haven't seen a rep. We know he's fast. We know he played at Memphis, but we haven't seen him produce NFL just yet because he was hurt. So Tank Dell, essentially you hedge that bet one way or the other. Both of these dudes have return man skills on tape. Both of these dudes have, been really good receivers on tape where they played at, but we want to see can either one transition to the NFL level where it is a bigger difference. So yeah, I like this one a lot though. Are we going Drew Miller? All right, let's one last flip through. We got Drew Miller. Okay. Got the Rob Welton one where he went Paris Johnson, Jack Campbell, Darnell Washington, Garrett Williams, Kobe Turner, Muhammad Ibrahim, and Kevon Mayweather.
Man, I'm good with that one if you just switch Campbell for Simpson or Sanders.
I like that.
I might still keep that one as the top one.
This guy Kobe, I like Kobe's game. I like Kobe's game a lot. Oh, and then we got Whitaker. Whitaker got me with JPJ. He hits that heartstring, that bloodline. It matters. Anton Harrison, so we upgraded the tackle spot at least. We got that addressed. Luke, I know you weren't the fan of Luke, but Garrett loved that. Michael, we felt the same. Muhammad, man, he was on a couple of these now. Shout out to Muhammad. And then DJ Dale.
I think I'm going to stick with the last one.
All right, you going to the last one. All right, Drew Miller.
Yeah, with Brian Branch.
Miller's tough.
I'm going to stick with that one.
Because I just
Drew
think
and
Rob.
we just got ball players out there.
Yeah, that's what I was like. This is just
gonna
dogs.
age really well.
Yes. Like I feel like Rob had the better fits, but I think Drew has the better talent. Yeah, I like it then, man. I like it.
That's my pick. I don't even remember Big Noriegas. I think I had him as the we
liked him. Yeah,
we had a group of three after him, I think. I liked one or two of them better than Big Noriegas. You're right.
That was a vibe, though, right there, man. That was a vibe.
Want me to hit these super chats? 628 right now.
Let's tap in, yeah.
Big Boss Gaming. How do you guys feel about Jacqueline Roy out of LSU, twitchy defensive tackle who can play up and down the line looking like a steal?
No, yeah, man. Jacqueline, I'm glad you said his name, man. I was just calling him Roy the whole time. But no, I like his game, man. He's big size, really athletic. I thought he played a little bit high at times, but if I remember correctly, he was a good player. The big thing was the consistency part and the productivity. But no, Roy's a good player. Roy's definitely, he passed the eyeball test too.
Next. Giacomo Provenzano. Real Steelers podcast with integrity.
Facts.
And that was their first super chat as well.
Fact. Man, shout out to your first time super chatting, baby. Ain't nothing like the first time. If you let the all right, let's go.
Sean McCartney, damn, another week my mock goes unnoticed. Oh, well.
Hey, you keep sending them. All right? You keep sending them. Just know, keep sending them. Because it be flooded. And it's funny. We say keep sending them right now. moatswinners@gmail.com or arthurmoats.com. Every time we talk mocks or react to mocks or even reference mocks, we get like a whole fresh like 30 new mocks that come in.
Okay.
And then whenever it like replays after we done, we're going to get like some more mocks. So, Sean, I'm with you, baby. But that be why sometimes, man, this is like a lot to be coming in. And we got new information that comes in too, man. Because I did have some other ones that I had selected on Thursday. Excuse me. But then obviously that changed when we made the moves we made.
Try to keep it updated.
Yeah, I'm like, man, we taking guards in the first and second. I'm like, we not touching a guard now with the moves we just made here. So that was also at play too, man. But now we got you. But definitely check the website too, though, man, because you might be featured up there. All right, just remember that you might be featured on there.
Okay, that is it. Unless you have anything else.
Dang, let me think. Do I got anything else? I actually don't think I got anything else. Because we talked D. Bush, 5 Fifth Ave, going to Seattle. We talked what we just brought in. We talked the storylines. We talked a little Jonah Williams. We talked a little hoops.
Odell.
We talked Odell. We talked Odell for a while. I didn't even know he was gonna talk Odell today. I did not expect Odell today. I was. It was a fun combo though. I like that. So yeah, man, everything's good on my end, man. Everything's good on your end. Yeah. So I guess we tapping back in on Wednesday. Also, only 2 shows this week. Just throwing that out there. Today and Wednesday. All right. Today and Wednesday. We still celebrating birthday, and then we got an upcoming birthday. All right. So, yes, that is the scenario. But with that being said, man, hope everybody enjoyed the show today. I had a blast. All right.
I had a good time.
I was say you had a good time. So I hope you had a good time. Deke was like, man, I actually hated it, bro. I ain't come back no more. I ain't like it at all. But glad that you had a good time, man. From the heart, man. Appreciate that.
Good
all
time.
right.
I'll be back.
There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, Deke will be back. So, if he's coming back, I'm coming back too, okay? So, if we going to be back, y'all too better be back as well. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. And until next time, baby.
Peace.